Welcome to the fantasy audiobook. The Hades of Marvel, Hela, She Became My Wife. Chapter 61. Master Death God, can you transform me into a member of the Underworld? Odin at the moment made up his mind. It doesn't matter whether it is half a step or not. At least it's a chance. As Hela said, the soul castle is gone. After his death, the soul eventually either disappears or goes to hell. Not to mention anything else, perhaps ordinary hells dare not accept his soul. Because the average little hell may not be as strong as him. Really want to rob his soul, maybe even hell will change after a while. But those powerful hell lords are not afraid at all. Like Lucifer, originally as the fallen angel, the strength is not weak. After that, he became the Lord of Hell, sitting on countless souls. His strength is definitely very strong. The point is, Odin's rate of killing monsters has not seen other hell lords. Because the soul castle of Asgard has been moved to the Underworld. If Odin's soul continues to be received by the soul castle, when the time comes, it will be Chinhao in Hela's Underworld. One thought of old rivals Lof and Serta. Odin decisively opted in. If you don't join, you will be tortured by the two of them in the future. How can this be tolerated? For that alone it is a must join. Chinhao glanced at Odin, and then took out a token. Odin obeys the order. Today, you will be named one of the 10 most handsome sun-wandering gods. Odin heard the words and took the token. The token instantly entered Odin's body. With the collision of the two gods of the East and the West. And the divine power rule unique to the Eastern conferred gods entered Odin's body. The barrier that prevented Odin from breaking through was reduced to powder in an instant. Immediately afterwards, a more terrifying force crisscrossed Nonding's body. For thousands of years, Odin's divine power has been constantly generated. Originally, because of his aging body, he couldn't bear such a powerful divine power. So he needs the sleep of constantly Odin all the time. Especially these years, his eye of Odin has become more and more frequent. However, he still couldn't adapt to the huge Shenwu in his body. Now, this barrier that blocked him disappeared. Those generated divine powers are constantly impacting new realms. Half a step above the gods. Odin goes all the way. Thousands of years of divine power broke all obstacles above the half-step god. Every blocking force was torn to pieces by his divine power. The momentum is constantly rising. Countless immortal powers are generated in Odin's body. Both Lof and Serta looked depressed. Odin also broke through. Or their colleagues. This idea of pulling him to hell after death is broken. They were not satisfied, but Frigga's face was full of excitement at the moment. Odin, get younger. Odin, who was old enough to die at almost any moment. At the moment is not only momentum rising. His appearance is also constantly getting younger. Although it is still the image of white hair and white beard. But obviously it seems to be too energetic. Most importantly, his body is also constantly being transformed by immortal power. As this transformation proceeds, the divine power generated in his body was completely absorbed by him again. Odin is back at the peak of his strength, far beyond the peak of previous strength. His momentum rose, and Lof was the first to change color. Odin is Odin, this just broke through and surpassed me again. Lof was also helpless. Perhaps it's because of the casket of ancient Winta's ties to Ice Hell. The strength of their Ice Titan clan has improved rapidly. The horror level of Ice Hell is also constantly enhanced. The souls that enter there are frozen into ice sculptures in almost an instant. The biting chill constantly permeates the soul in the ice sculpture. All the time, endless, but there are also downsides. That's him as the leader of the Ice Titans. The strength increase is the smallest. Much smaller than Serta. He didn't know that the reason why Intel's promotion was more fishy than him. It's because Serta's the eternal fire is too special. And the eternal fire, since it is eternal, it will hardly be consumed. What's more, there is eternal power in the eternal fire. This makes Serta stronger than him. Now, as soon as Odin breaks through, he becomes even stronger than him. This made Lof feel like a failure. Serta watched Odin from the sidelines. Originally he was still mocking Odin for being weak. But now, Odin has surpassed Lof in momentum. That formidable aura was even more pressing towards him. No way, Odin's breakthrough in his strength will directly surpass me. If he really surpassed me, what Ragnarok would I cause? Don't pass me, don't pass me. Surta is really like Erha. He was still praying silently in his heart. Play Odin's strength not to surpass him. Unfortunately, all this does not work according to his will. Odin's momentum overwhelmed Surta in an instant. Not only that, this power is still rising. It stopped continuing to improve until it reached the level of Hela. Hela at the moment has strange eyes. She senses that Odin can still ascend. However, because she got the position of God King, she originally got together with Asgard integrate again. Odin, blocked. At the moment if Hela returns the throne of God King to Odin, Odin can still break through. The degree to which it can finally be achieved, it depends on how terrifying the divine power Odin has accumulated over the years. He wants to reach a relatively slow area after breaking through. At least until his divine power is fully integrated. Hela is much younger than Odin after all. It was suppressed for another nearly 2,000 years. The divine power in the body only began to replenish some time ago. This is the reason why Odin still catches up with two realms. This kind of situation is something that Hela has never thought of. This shows how powerful Odin's ability is. Known as the strongest god king in Asgard, well-deserved reputation. Odin also felt the force holding him back. But he didn't care at all. At the moment, he could clearly feel his own strength. Enough. Hitting Surta and Lof is more than enough. What's more, his lifespan has reached an astonishing 1,000,000 years. This lifespan is the same as Hela. This is also the longevity that can only be possessed by the gods. They Asgard originally lived a long life. Now that his strength has improved so much, he has directly reached this level of Shoyuan. But there is also one point, the lifespan of 1,000,000 years seems to be the upper limit. Does not really break through the god level. It is impossible to increase the lifespan again. At least most races meet this condition. A half-step god with a maximum lifespan of 1,000,000 years. Above the gods, the lifespan is almost infinite. Odin, a 1,000,000-year-old man, has the confidence to break through to the real god level. Even if Hela continues to block him, he still has the confidence to rely on time to reach the god level. And, he knew, Hela wouldn't hold him back for long. Because, Hela's current potential is greater than his. Sitting on two worlds, but also backed by the Eastern Death God. Hela's achievements may be higher than his. Because, he has already felt the meaning of the token given by Qin Hao. Day Tour God. Cruise around during the day to monitor the good and evil in the world. He was a god king who had killed countless people before preparing for benevolent rule. Now it is actually touring the world, monitoring good and evil. This surprised even Odin. However, he also found a problem. Compared to lords of prison like Lof and Surta, he wants to be free. Not surprisingly, Law and Surta both need to be around on their earth. And he can walk around. He also knew Hela's impermanent identity. It is also a yin god who can roam around. It seems that the status is not as good as Hades. But the degree of freedom is enough. Forget it, I don't have to worry about Hela's affairs. The death god of the east will take care of her. Odin turned his attention to the others in the blink of an eye. Surta, you just said you were going to hit me. Come on, let's fight. He was beaten by Surta. It is also full of fire. Now, hit it, I'm afraid you won't succeed. Surta is not to be trifled with either. If you want to fight, who is afraid of whom? Surta immediately began to unblock Odin's strength as he charged at Odin. The height of 5 or 6 meters turned into 50 or 60 meters in an instant. Still constantly changing. Call me to Hyam Hades, this is not a place for you to fight. Qin Hao waved his hand, and a space channel appeared. Transferred Odin and Surta directly to Helm Hades. Not only that, even Lof was transferred. Qin Hao knew that Surta alone could not defeat Odin. Team up with Lof to see if you can fight Odin. The huge body finally landed in Helm Hades. A large area of Helm Hades illuminated by the burning titan hundreds of meters into the sky was full of flames. All the souls in Helm Hades saw a scene that shocked them today. Even Wei Zheng, who was in the Department of Appreciation, couldn't help getting up to watch the fun. A gigantic flame titan hundreds of meters tall constantly fights a normal human file-size human. The size disparity is so huge. It makes people really worry that the little man will be slapped to death. But the result of the battle was just the opposite. The little man pressed down on the big flame almost the whole time and beat the titan. Serta, have you forgotten how I beat you? You dare to throw me today, you are courting death. Serta, don't you want your crown anymore? Think you can fight me with the eternal fire? If I don't hit you today, you kneel down and beg for mercy, I'm not a worker. While Odin was hitting, he was constantly taunting Serta. I am so angry. I am so angry. Serta had nothing but impotent rage. Can't beat it. Just can't beat it. I couldn't beat it back then. Still can't beat it. What else can he do? If I had known, he would have fallen a few more hard times on Bifrost. Now, missed opportunity. He didn't even think about it, if he fell a few more times at that time. Now Odin will hit him harder. Lof, shoot together. He finally started calling Lof for a shot. Lof at the moment didn't want to make a move. He could see that Odin was too powerful. Even with Serta, they can't defeat Odin. Serta saw that Lof was unwilling to make a move. He directly slashed with his sword. You are not coming. Then you have to bear the attack of both him and Odin. Pick one yourself. Lof looked at the overwhelming twilight sword. His lungs exploded with rage. Serta, you are courting death. At the moment, he even cast an ice spell directly on Serta. Because of the opponent's provocation, Li Ding directly stood on the same front as Lao Lao. Serta blew up. Lof, you are looking for death, you don't want to help me, but you still dare to beat me. He even dropped Odin at the moment. The Twilight Sword attacked Lof one after another. Lof originally was weaker than them. At the moment was targeted by Serta. He was beaten and retreated steadily. The point is, at the moment Odin actually stopped. He didn't do Lof a favor. Just kidding, he is Ao Gong. I can't wait for one person to beat the existence of two people. How could it be possible to join forces with others? Serta, stop hitting. Lof begged for mercy. If you don't hit you, you don't know what to do. Let's go and fight Odin together. If you don't hit me, I'll hit you. Serta directly Wang Qian Zhao forced the palace. This time, Lof didn't dare to mess around. Hit Odin. Then hit Odin. At least, he wouldn't be so right. Hit and hit. The two people who were fighting together just now joined together in a blink of an eye. Then rushed towards Odin. Well done. Odin carries the gun of eternity. In a blink of an eye, he killed two opponents again. These Western gods are also a bit interesting. Did the adults specially ask them to come and fight? Could it be that this is letting me know their strength and prepare for the future? Wei Zheng thoughtfully held the good book. God after death. He also has his own strength. The existence of being able to kill the Dragon King in a dream. Do you really think he is weak? What appeared in the dream was exactly his yinshan. In the department of appreciation, his strength has been constantly improving. At the moment, he already understood the strength of those monsters. The next step is to make various countermeasures against their strength. Even if it wasn't Qin Hao's idea, he will do the same. At the moment, Hyam Hades suddenly trembled crazily. Wei Zheng looked at the undulating land around him. He's used to the bowels. This is another manifestation of Death God's great strength. This time only the vibration did not expand, it seems that this time the promotion is other hells. Wei Zheng quickly made a judgment. Just as he thought, Qin Hao's momentum in Asgard rose wildly. Ding, the underworld has been bound to the soul of a key person, and the underworld has the priority to collect the soul. Ding, the underworld has been bound to the soul of a key person, and the underworld has the priority to collect the soul. The soul breaks through the barrier, and the power is fed back. This soul has a special identity, and the system rewards have been adjusted. Reward 1. The soul is the former god king of Asgard, and Asgard expands. Reward 2. The physical strength of the host is improved. Reward 3. The strength of the host's soul is improved. Reward 4. Increase the number of yin soldiers and generals in each hell. Reward 5. Increase the number of ecstasy envoys. The sound of the system constantly rang in Qin Hao's ear. This is Odin's reward after achieving the day-traveling god. This time the reward is no match for Hela. But this reward is also shocking. Because, everyone in Asgard once again saw a scene that horrified them. Countless meteorites flew from extremely far away again. These meteorites continue to constantly integrate with Asgard. Once again, the area of Asgard is not short of expansion. Is this the effect brought about by the increase in the strength of God King Odin? Oh my God, it's amazing, each of our God King breakthroughs has such a powerful change. You said, is it not useful for the breakthrough of the God King? What's the meaning? God King Odin, you have removed the position of God King. It makes sense, that is to say, our breakthrough may also make Asgard bigger. I don't know, maybe I can try it. Try, who's going to try? There's no one in Asgard right now who has this level of strength. Yeah, I don't know if Thor can reach it. Hearing this, everyone's eyes are directly on you. Before Hela came back, everyone thought that Thor was the next generation of God King. After all, Thor's strength is almost invincible in Asgard. However, when Hela appeared, no one knew about it. It turns out how strong the heir to the throne of Asgard really is. What's even more frightening is that Hela is the first to break through the half-step god level. It was only after that it led to the breakthrough of other people in the 9 realms. Now, to experiment, there's only Thor. Could it be that you are counting on the queen? Thor hears what the crowd is saying. He was also stunned at the moment. Yes, you can try yourself. Although it's weak now, it's time to find Death God to imagine a way. He still has an identity. The vanguard officer of the Death God. That being the case, can I fulfill my responsibilities ahead of schedule now? Thinking of this, the housekeeper wanted to ask Chin how. It's just that, at the moment, he didn't dare to go there. At the moment, both Chin Hao and Hela seemed to be breaking through. Hela is the God King of Asgard. Asgard grows stronger, she naturally grows stronger. On the basis of the original half-step god, she walked a certain distance forward. When her strength increases, Odin, who was fighting with Surta and Lof in Helm Hades, changed his expression. He felt very clearly that the barrier of the rule that blocked him moved forward. Hela, have you become stronger again? Odin's heart was incomparably shocked. It's so easy to become stronger. How long did it take for Hela to break through half a step to the god level? The result is now stronger again. Sure enough, it is too easy to follow the strength of the Eastern Death God. How the hell did she do it? How the hell did he do it? Odin felt extremely suspicious. What he wants to do most now is to see what Hela and Chin Hao have done. These two guys, I'm going to beat them quickly. Odin is prepared. Boom. The moment the rule barrier moves, Odin's divine power frantically thrust forward and walked a little further. His momentum suddenly became stronger. Just now, Surta and Lof teamed up and barely withstood Odin's attack. But now, fighting and fighting, the opponent has become stronger. How is this possible? How did you become stronger again? Lof's tone was horrified. He is the weakest. Now, in comparison, he is even weaker. If you can still take a few shots from Odin. Now, it is estimated that 2 shots can take him out. This is still not a killer situation. If it was a killer, he doubted that Odin could kill him with a single shot. Thinking of this, Lof almost shut himself up. He is the first Ice Titan Lord to cross the level Godfather and enter the half-step God level. How did it become like this? Can't even catch a shot from Odin. The people of Asgard DBDH are so powerful. He didn't even have a chance to stand up. Surta's huge body on one side retreated steadily at the moment. Can't beat it. Really can't beat it. Odin, why have you become stronger again? Stop fighting. I'm going to find Lord Death God, and I'm going to ask how to become stronger. I'll come back to fight you when I become stronger. Surta stopped decisively. Angry. Can't beat it. Originally, it was about 6 or 4 points with Odin. He 4, Odin 6. You know, after his breakthrough, his strength is almost close to that of Hela. It took some time for Hela to beat him. At that time, it was probably also a ratio of 6 to 4. But now, Odin is almost at the level of 7. That's a fart. His body rapidly diminished. Do not fight. It doesn't matter if you don't fight, go back to Asgard. Odin's eternal lance shines with Bifrost's light. Gun of Eternity, Stormbreaker, the most convenient weapon. In a blink of an eye, the 3 of them disappeared in Helm Hades. Back in Asgard, Odin was stunned. What a change. No wonder Hela is stronger. Asgard was attacked by a meteorite. Surta saw this scene the moment he appeared. He looked puzzled. Among the 3, he had never seen such a scene. Hearing Surta's words, Lof spoke angrily. Attack. This is Asgard expanding again. Lof's tone was sour. Further expansion, Asgard will be stronger. No wonder Odin became stronger, so the problem lies here. No, I have to ask Lord Death God, can my ice hell be stronger? Odin came back to himself, and he smiled. Asgard, expanding again. During this time, it was really crazy. Asgard has remained unchanged through ages. During this time, it is constantly expanding. This expansion continues, giving Asgard some time to have children. At that time, it may be one of the best forces in the universe. It is the same now, but because there are too few people, the deterrent effect is not as good as before. Give Asgard a boost though. At that time, the entire universe will resound with their names again. If the population increases, Hela is thinking of going out to fight. Then let her go. There are many people, and they can stand the hustle and bustle. Odin finally turned his attention to Hela. Hela is really stronger than before. Moreover, with the expansion of Asgard, Hela's aura is constantly improving. Immediately afterwards, his eyes focused on Qin Hao. At the moment, Qin Hao was constantly raising his aura. Don't stop until you reach a certain limit. Others didn't know it, and thought it was Qin Hao's promotion to the limit this time. But Qin Hao knew that he had encountered a barrier now. Ahead is the god level. Break through barriers and become gods. That is to say, he is now half a step to the peak of the god level. This is Qin Hao's own judgment. He didn't expect that Ao's integration of his strength has improved so much. At the moment, he is only one step away from becoming a god-level man. This step requires new opportunities to stimulate. Odin's transformation, reaching half a step to the peak of the god level is the limit. Qin Hao's lifespan at the moment directly reached the level of 1,000,000 lifespans. Once he breaks through, he will definitely exceed 1,000,000 lifespans. Thinking of this, Qin Hao really wanted to go find another world right away. Transform that world directly into hell. For example, Svartalfheim of the Dark Elf. However, he is somewhat unwilling to do so now, because he was worried that he would merge into the realm of the Dark Elves now. At that time the reality gem will not appear. You know, he fused Vomir Star, but he didn't get Soul Gem. He was sure that the Soul Gem was in the hell that Vomir Star had turned into. However, he couldn't find it. Maybe it really takes sacrifice to get that gem. Now, Qin Hao can only wait. Qin, I feel like you've reached your limit. Hela is the closest to Qin Hao. She naturally knew the shock of Qin Hao's momentum just now. It was the feeling of trying to break through a certain limit but being blocked. He hit it several times, but all failed. Well, no accident, I have reached the peak of the half-step god level. Now I need new energy to stimulate me and allow me to break down this barrier. Quote. Qin Hao explained. Then, will you not be able to reach this peak? Hela was a little worried. Certain limits and barriers are the most troublesome. Just like the peak of level Godfather they encountered. Almost everyone in the 9 realms is stuck at this limit. No one can break through. Not even Odin can do it. It was Qin Hao who led them to collectively break through the limit of the peak of level Godfather. So, now that Hela heard about the barrier, Hela was worried. Don't be nervous, I think it's okay, maybe just finding a place to build a new layer of hell will help me break through. Qin Hao explained. Just a new layer of hell. Then let's go find a place to rebuild the hell. Hela is in a hurry. What Asgard? What Heim Hades? Qin Hao's breakthrough is so important. Don't worry, now I don't know which places are suitable for building hell. So that's what we're going to do next, go patrol the universe. Find those special planets, and then I will confirm whether I can transform the hell. I am not afraid of the harsh environment of the planet, but I am afraid that the planet is not special enough. Quote. Qin Hao explained. I understand, starting tomorrow, Asgard soldiers will begin to explore the entire universe. Hela has immediate arrangements. Qin Hao's needs are her mission. Put everything else aside. Don't search blindly, first look for a planet named Morag, I'll go there when I get there. Qin Hao remembered the planet where the power gem was located. Morag, I seem to have the impression that this planet is perhaps recorded by us in Asgard. Even if there is no record, but this planet should be easier to find. Hela seems to have heard of this planet. It's an abandoned planet. Qin Hao explained again. Abandoned planet, I see, that should be the lost civilizations recorded by our Asgard. Hela thought of something in a blink of an eye. Abandoned planets, lost civilizations. As the goddess of death, this is what I like the most. Soul, undead, maybe there will be those places. Undead and souls are her paradise. Well, you can mobilize them to search for it. Ice Titan can also be used. As for the Flame Titan, forget it. I see. Hela directly started arranging these things. When I heard that Asgard's fighters need to go out to explore the universe. Many Asgard fighters are still a little excited. These years, it's too conservative here. Many of them have never been out. And for the safety of Asgard. They also can't go out casually. But now, don't worry. Both God King Hela and Odin are powerful half-step gods. What else are they afraid of? Whoever comes to Asgard at this time, isn't that courting death? One Asgard spaceship after another gallops across the universe. This change has made many civilizations tense. The stronger and more ancient civilizations understand Asgard. Especially the bloody era close to 2000 years ago. At that time they learned that many civilizations disappeared directly under the iron heel of Asgard. Definitely, the time of 2000 has made all the short-term students have a little slack. Those civilization records belonging to them are like some legends. After all, they have never experienced that kind of horrible era. But those ancient existences in the universe like Collector One, when he learned that Asgard started dispatching airships on a large scale, he was completely stunned. Is Asgard going to start their expansion again? He was extremely worried that the force of Asgard had joined the already chaotic universe. No, I'm going to investigate what they are doing this time. If he wants to attack other civilizations in the universe, maybe I can make a lot of money. Collector is like a businessman, never letting go of any opportunity to make money. And his strength and his long lifespan have made him famous in the entire universe. Perhaps the general forces will give him some face. It is Asgard who will think of handing over the reality gem to the Collector after obtaining it. This is the affirmation of Collector. Soon the Collector learned the purpose of the Asgardians coming out this time. Morag, that's just an abandoned planet. What is Asgard looking for there? Morag, that's just an abandoned planet. What is Asgard looking for there? Collector really doesn't know what kind of medicine Asgard is selling this time. After inquiring again and again, he finally got a piece of news that made him feel scared. Death goddess Hela became the god king of Asgard. When informed of the news, Collector was stunned for a long time. Nearly 2000 years ago, others didn't know, but he knew one thing. Asgard finally retreated to the 9 realms because of the death goddess Hela disappeared. The reason for Hela's disappearance is really too many rumors. Some people say that the goddess of death returned to Helm Hades. From then on, he and his party managed her undead world. It is said that it is to further enhance her death godhead. Some say Odin killed the goddess of death. Because the goddess of death killed too much. Even the people of Asgard were killed by her a lot. Odin couldn't bear it, so he killed the goddess of death. It is also said that Odin sealed the goddess of death. The reason is the same as before. The only difference is that Odin is reluctant to kill Hela. So I chose to seal him. Some people even said that it was sealed. Just for when someone is bad for Asgard. Directly release the goddess of death to kill the quartet. In a word, it is because of the disappearance of the goddess of death. That's why Asgard didn't continue to expand outward. But now the goddess of death has appeared again. This proves that the rumors about killing the goddess of death are false. She is now looking for Morag with great fanfare. It was an abandoned planet. Countless people died on it back then. Still want this planet to do. Thinking of this, Collector was covered in cold sweat. Goddess of death. Want a planet where countless people died. What is she going to do? Do you even need to think about it? Definitely time to find the undead and souls above. This is Hela, the goddess of death, who is continuing to recruit troops. Wait until she gathers his undead army. Is the whole universe going to be unbalanced again? Thinking of this, Collector instantly felt in a bad mood. The goddess of death has made a move, my business is about to fail. However, since the universe is about to be in turmoil, I'll simply sell Asgard to save face. I just told them where Morag was. Quote, Collector made his decision in the blink of an eye. Since you don't want to resist, then join him directly. Goddess of death, he doesn't want to resist. Soon he passed the news to Asgard. Asgard. God King Hela soon got the news. The Collector provided them with the coordinates of Morag's planet. Collector, he actually knows about Morag. Chin should be very happy to know the news. Quote. Hela immediately told Chin how. Morag has appeared, then go to Morag. Is what the Collector said true? Chin Hao raised his doubts. If someone told me about Morag, I might still have my doubts. But this news comes from Collector, I still believe it. The Collector has survived countless ages, outliving us. He himself has a powerful armed group. Various rare resources are developed in various dangerous places in the universe. I've been investigating him for a while now. Learned that he had mined the head of an ancient god in the void for hundreds of years. Just relying on the head of this ancient god, I don't know how many forces are peeping there. The notorious marauders of the universe know it's there. But for hundreds of years, it was still firmly controlled by the Collector. This is enough to prove the power of Collector. It has survived endless years, and its strength is still unfathomable. There's no need for him to lie about such things. Moreover, he obviously learned that I showed up. So say hi to me in advance. If only he had lied to me about such a trifle. Unless he has forgotten how bad my character is. Quote. Hela explained. It makes sense. But Chin Hao's expression was particularly exciting after hearing this. Collector was careless this time, and the reward of billions seems to be missed. Chin Hao thought of the cosmic spirit ball. Inside, but the power gem. Collector spent billions to put a bounty on this treasure. It turned out that the treasure was in Morag. And Morag, Collector also knows the location. It's a pity that he didn't let people search this abandoned planet. Otherwise, there is no such thing as Star-Lord. Billions of bounties. Are there any worth that much on Morag? It's just an abandoned planet. There used to be a very advanced civilization, but then it suddenly declined. Even we Asgard have no record of their decline. Is there anything special about it? On the spaceship, Hela told Chin Hao about Morag. She was very curious about what Chin Hao was talking about. The sudden decline proves that something must have happened. Such a thing will be accompanied by a large number of souls falling. So it might really be suitable to develop into a hell there. Moreover, even if it is not impossible to transform into hell, it won't be a waste of time there. Because the cosmic spirit ball is there. Quote. Chin Hao explained. The cosmic orb. The cosmic orb is on Morag. No wonder you looked strange just now. Are you making fun of the Collector for giving up the treasure? Hearing that the cosmic spirit ball was in Morag, Hela instantly understood what Chin Hao meant. Collector, this is telling them the location of a treasure. When she investigated Collector, she also learned about the reward offered by the Collector. After surviving for countless years, after all, there is a little hobby. There are countless rewards for Collector. Among them is the cosmic spiritual ball. That's a reward of several billion. It turned out that the cosmic orb was on top of Morag. It's almost like a joke. It's nothing unusual. The Collector must have known many things and many planets in the universe after living for such a long time. But it is impossible for him to search every inch of every planet. In this way, there will naturally be some omissions. And even if we enter Morag, we may not be able to find the cosmic spirit orb from inside. The number of people we can go there is still too small, and the population of Asgard really needs to be improved. When Chin Hao talked about increasing the population of Asgard, he took a special look at Hai. Hela blushed at this sight. Let's leave it to other people to increase the population of Asgard. Don't you want to contribute a little to Asgard? Chin Hao was joking aside. It's kind of odd that the two death gods are here to consider Asgard's population. It's not impossible, but I just untied the seal, and I still want to play in the universe for a while. Hela seemed to be a little moved too. It's just been sealed for 2,000 years. She really wanted to go out and play. Then wait until you've had enough fun. Let's come to the business star to add ports to Asgard. Chin Hao didn't say much. That's the thing to mention in passing. He wasn't really ready either. The hell has not been built yet, the population problem and so on. Coming to the planet Morag, Asgard's battles this time are very different. Knowing the reason why Chin Hao came here, they naturally cooperated with all their strength. Find the cosmic spirit orb. They also don't know what the purpose of this cosmic spirit ball is. But since Collector spent such a huge amount of money to acquire this cosmic spirit ball, it has already been proved that this cosmic spirit ball is very important. Hela stood on the planet Morag. She looked around quietly. Soul. This planet is full of souls. In her eyes, the entire planet is densely packed with souls. Qin Hao's ghostly eyes are also full of ghosts. It seems that there has been a catastrophe here, and it should be a war with other civilizations. With so many souls, there is no Hell Lord to collect souls. This time it is cheaper for us. Quote, Qin Hao is very satisfied with the number of souls here. The only dissatisfaction is that he did not hear the sound of the system. Could it be that this place is not suitable for transforming hell? That's troublesome. I just don't know if I can find the cosmic spirit ball. Hela was still thinking about it. Just ask them. Qin Hao directly hooked a soul over. Then start to ask the soul about the cosmic spirit ball. However, many people don't know it. After asking around, I finally found a soul who should be the leader. After that, everyone was taken to the place where the cosmic spirit ball was kept. In a special defense device. One of them, Qin Hao's eyes were fixed on the universe spirit ball. I don't know if the power gem can let me break through. He was thinking silently in his heart. Among all gems, only this gem simply increases power. This jewel once appeared in the hands of the Tenjin group. They used this gem to destroy many planets and civilizations. As for why it appeared in Morag in the end, no one knows. Qin Hao wondered whether Morag's decline was caused by the existence of this gem. In a way, maybe it really could be. Just like Xandar's guardian power gem was attacked by Thanos. Xandar suffered heavy losses and lost the power gem. Then Morag will also suffer from some civilization invasion. Their civilization is powerful, and they have guarded the calendar gems for life. But the battle also caused the entire civilization to gradually decline. In the end, this place became an abandoned planet. From a simple analysis, Qin Hao felt that this possibility was very high. Still, he asked a lot of souls. None of them could tell why. Because, these people seemed to have died a little early. Civilization declines, but it should not be extinct. Many people should have left this planet. Because this planet is not suitable for living now. Other gemstones have their own functions, teleportation, time control, and soul-related. Only power gems can enhance power. It was also used by the Celestial Group to destroy the planet. He doesn't care about these. He only cares about whether this gem is compatible with Hell. If it doesn't work out, then I'll be here in vain. It took a little time for everyone to take out the cosmic spirit ball directly. Looking at the cosmic spirit ball, Qin Hao's evil interest suddenly increased. Hela, contact Collector and thank him. And tell him, we found the universe spirit ball here. Hela froze for a moment. Then she connected directly to Collector. Under the projection, Collector saluted Hela solemnly. Tiwan greets the goddess of death, the goddess Wanan. If it wasn't for the phantom, maybe Collector will give a hand kiss. Hela looked solemn. Thank you, Tiwan, for telling us where Morag is. Here, we found one thing. Quote, after Hela finished speaking, the universal spirit ball was placed in front of Wan. Immediately afterwards, Tiwan trembled all over. Pain, remorse, helplessness, and longing appeared on the entire face. Countless expressions were staged in turn. Hela felt relieved. It turns out that it can be so cool without killing people. The pain of others is the source of her happiness. Qin, will Collector be driven crazy? She communicated with Qin Hao in a low voice. The expression of the Collector is so funny. People who have lived for endless years should not be so easy to go crazy. Besides, if he's really crazy, we're going to take his place in the void. There is the head of the ancient gods, maybe there is a surprise. Quote, Qin Hao didn't care about this. He even turned his gaze to nothingness. There is a huge ancient godless head. A head is like a planet. The size of the ancient celestial god is even bigger than that of Ego. Qin Hao still has a suspicion that Yi Ji's body-brain may be the brain of an ancient god. Because of the immortal power of the ancient gods, his brain has been kept alive. Afterwards, the causal brain begins to generate its own meaning. Finally an egg star was formed. Otherwise, it is impossible for a brain to appear out of thin air. Since the brain can survive, it has the power of immortality. So will there be immortality in the head of the void. Collector takes root there. Is it really to mine something? Could he be extracting the power of immortality? Isn't this thing more valuable than other stuff? Even if you don't sell it, it's good for him to collect it. Qin Hao had his plans, and Collector finally came to his senses. This cosmic spiritual ball, sell it. Is this cosmic spirit ball for sale? The voice of Collector at the moment has changed. There was only one thought in his mind. Morag has the cosmic orb. I told Death about Morag. I sent the cosmic spirit ball out with my own hands. This feeling of regret has been lingering in his heart. Now, he wants to buy back the cosmic spirit ball. You have to buy it back for the price of another fight. Hela glanced at Collector, then shook her head. This item is not for sale at the moment. After she finished speaking, she hung up the communicator directly. On the other side, Collector clenched his fist. He looked around as if he wanted to smash something. It's a pity that he doesn't want to part with anything here. Ah, cosmic spirit ball, power gem, I just sent it away. Angry, he was incapable of rage. Morag, Hela threw the cosmic spirit ball to Qin Hao. Ding, a special cosmic treasure has been detected. This treasure has a special function. Function 1. The power is integrated into Hell, and all the employees of Hell have served successively in Hell. Function 2. The power is integrated into the host's body, and the host's strength is greatly improved. Qin Hao had just received a reminder from the system when he took over the cosmic spirit orb. His eyes changed. Function 2 is ruled out first. He has dropped the mind gem and the space gem. Both of these integrate into Hell. It is impossible to change the way you dispose of yourself now. Come and integrate the power gem into your body. As for the first effect, all the staff of Hell will improve their strength when they are in Hell. This is equivalent to adding a buff to all members of the Underworld. Although this only works in Hell range. But this obviously increased the defense of the Underworld. 97. You may not be able to beat others outside. But once they return to Hell and their strength increases, they may be able to fight back. Specifically, how much can be improved? This can only be known after merging into Hell. Qin Hao took a look at Hela with the cosmic spirit ball. Hela, we are right this time. After he finished speaking, he began to communicate with the system. System, integrate the cosmic spirit ball into Hell. Ding, the existence of the power gem is detected, and the power gem is integrated into Hell. Start discerning Hell staff. The first layer of Helheim Hades has been discovered. It is detected that the system rewards Yin soldiers and Yin generals. Wei Zheng, judge of the rewarding division, has been detected. The second Hell, the Ice Hell, Jotunheim, has been discovered. Jailer Ice Titan family detected. Director Ice Titan Loft detected. The third Hell, Vomir Star, has been discovered. It is detected that the system rewards Yin soldiers and Yin generals. Warden Red Skull detected. Fourth layer of Hell Volcanic Hell Muspelheim has been discovered. Jailer Flame Titans detected. Director Serta detected. Detect other Underworld members. Tony Stark, Steven Rogers, Thor. Start sending power to the Hell staff. All members will automatically increase their strength by a small level in the Underworld. In Qin Hao's ears, the sound of the system constantly sounded. The 4 layers of Hell have all been scanned by the system. All members of the Underworld have received powers from the power gem. The cosmic spirit ball in his hand didn't seem to change. But the power gem inside has completely disappeared. Helm Hades. Judge Wei Zheng of the Department of Rewarding Goodness is constantly checking the information on the Goodness book. All souls who enter Hell will walk here. If you are famous for your kindness, then congratulations, you don't have to suffer. If there is no name in the good book, then all the Hells will go through at once. Wei Zheng is handling government affairs here. Suddenly, he looked around. Just a moment ago, it seemed that there was a strange force spreading in Hell. Immediately afterwards, he felt abnormal. Your own strength has improved. His strength has directly increased by a small realm. He turned his gaze to the others. The momentum on them has also increased by a small realm. Wei Zheng was a little worried. If all souls become stronger, that's not a good thing for the Underworld. Some of those souls who came to be punished were very powerful. After finally subduing them, if they become stronger now, it will be another trouble. He walked out of the Department of Rewarding Goodness and began to inspect hell. Then he discovered the problem. Only members belonging to the underworld will become stronger. Those punished souls at the moment remain unchanged. Could it be that your lord found another treasure? This world is really special, there are so many strange things. Wei Zheng sighed. Some time ago, several layers of hell suddenly connected. Even the members of the underworld who entered the Shengshan division were enlightened. According to the news from the adults, it is a treasure that has been integrated into this world. Now, the underworld has changed again. It must have something to do with adults too. After Wei Zheng got this conclusion, he was finally relieved. I really look forward to seeing my colleagues in this world. He actually remembered his colleague. Other judges. Ice Hell. Lof sat in the Department of Appreciation, feeling bored. Here is their dwelling. Since Hela began to send troops to the universe to investigate Morag, they each returned to their own hell. Although he broke through to the half-step god level, received a warm welcome from the Ice Titan family. But he felt unhappy instead. Right now, he is stronger than Red Skull, the warden of hell who died in vain. That guy is just an ordinary Midgard mortal. I am actually only stronger than a mortal warden. Even the Flame Titan Serta who became the warden in the end can't compare. Not to mention Odin and Hela. This made him feel very uncomfortable. At this moment, a force radiated to hell. His eyes suddenly widened. My strength has increased a bit. What's going on? He hurried out of Shengshan division. Watch the Ice Titan guarding outside. These Ice Titans have also raised a small realm. Especially his captain of guards. It was extremely close to level sub-godfather farewell. Now, this captain of the guard has directly become the sub-celestial father level. Could it be that Master Death God did this again? Is this the benefit of our ice hell? Lof suddenly became delighted. Sure enough, Lord Death God has not forgotten us. Then, he seemed to think of something. My strength has improved a bit, can I try to go to Serta now? Doing what he thought, he came directly to the passage of hell. He will go down to the 4th level of hell, volcanic hell. Serta, come out. Across the passage, Lof growled and called Serta. Boom, horrible vibrations came from a distance. A huge titan at the moment hundreds of meters high walked over with a long sword. Lof, so loud, do you want to fight? The aura exuded by Serta at the moment became even more astonishing. It just so happens that my strength has increased a bit, so come and taste my giant sword. Serta slashed down with a sword without saying a word. Lof was horrified. It's not just my level of hell that has improved my strength. Serta also improved. Fuck. Then come me. Serta, don't mess around, I have something to do with you. Lof changed plans decisively. The Twilight Sword finally stopped within a few meters of Lof. Is something wrong? What's the matter? Serta was also puzzled. You should feel that our strength has improved. That's right, the strength of my descendants has also improved. Then, you said that we can go to Odin with our current strength, can we beat him up? Lof began to deflect hatred. Otherwise, I guess I will be beaten by Serta this time. Hit Odin. That's right. Yeah, what does Odin do? After Serta finished speaking, he grabbed Lof and walked through a passage. That side is Asgard. After a long time, Serta and Lau returned to hell exhausted. Both of them had more or less injuries. How so? We went to Asgard, why did the strength drop back? The two were extremely depressed at the moment. It seems that this power can only be used within the coverage of the underworld. The two finally came to this conclusion. Morag. Qin Hao felt all the changes in hell. He also knew exactly what Lof and Serta were doing. These two guys are so reckless. Judging by their obsession with Odin, it seems that it is really not small. As soon as he gained power, all he could think of was to beat Odin. Unfortunately, it failed. The power gem has been integrated into hell, and the defense of hell will be greatly increased. I just don't know if I can directly display the god-level combat power in hell. Quote. Qin Hao was thoughtful, since they are all promoted by a small level. As the big boss of the underworld, there's no reason you can't. Even, he was ready to go back and try. Just then, the system sounded again. Ding, Morag's soul guardian disappeared, and his soul returned to freedom. Morag has been detected to possess a large number of souls. Morag can be transformed into the 5th hell. The 5th hell. Qin Hao actually got the news. When he first set foot here, he didn't get any news from the system. He was a little disappointed at that time. This proves that this place is not suitable for transformation into hell. Because you will get hints when you go to other places, such as Vomir Star, Muspelheim. Fortunately, the power gem was also obtained here. It's not a waste of time. But when he really melted the power gem, as a result, a prompt came from the system. The disappearance of the power gems freed those souls. They seem to be restricted directly by the power gem, or because their duty is to guard the power gem. Even if they died, they were still limited by this responsibility. Wait until Qin Hao comes here and take away the power gem. Their responsibility is finally gone, and the countless souls are exactly what the system wants to transform the underworld. Hela didn't know that Qin Hao had done so many things just now. She looked at the cosmic spirit ball. I got this thing this time, it's not in vain, what should I do next? Continue to look for new places. She actually wanted to comfort Qin Hao. Qin Hao didn't mention the matter of reforming hell. Naturally, she thought it was not going to work here. Go to Vomir Star, that's when he landed and started to transform. Here, he communicated with those souls for a long time without doing anything. Hela felt a little disappointed. This planet is actually quite special. The entire planet is constantly erupting with water columns. Obviously there has been violent crustal movement here. The entire planet is now constantly releasing internal pressure. It's really not in vain. Getting this thing can transform this world into hell. Qin Hao is in a good mood. Can this place also be transformed into hell? Hela was a little surprised this time. Yes, let all the warriors of Asgard go. Asgard's warriors do not belong in hell. Here they will be tortured in hell. It's best to let them go. Besides, Qin Hao doesn't even know what this hell will turn into now. Like Muspelheim, when transforming hell, it is directly covered with the eternal fire. Such a terrifying flame, most people can't bear it. If you don't leave, you will really die inside. Hela directly ordered that all Asgard warriors leave the planet. In the endless void of the universe, they watched the situation below. Wait until everyone leaves. Qin Mo muttered silently in his heart. System, transform Morag into the 5th level of hell. Ding, I received the order, Morag Star is undergoing transformation. The 5th layer of hell is being established. Build Wangquan Road. Build hell. Open up the Wangchuan River. Build the Bridge of Nehi. Build the Hall of the King of Hades. Build a branch hall for rewarding good deeds. The changes around Hela are no surprise. Every construction of hell will have these things appear out of thin air. Instead, her gaze was looking at something that belonged to this planet. Because there are constant jets of water, so Morag's sky is always free of dark clouds. Even, the whole air is wet. However, with the change of hell, Hela noticed something was wrong. The clouds in the sky are getting thicker and thicker. There is also more and more water vapor in the air. In the end, dark clouds directly obscured the sky. The sun was blocked by dark clouds, and the whole Morag seemed to have entered dusk. If that's all, she won't be surprised. To her surprise, the ground seemed to start emitting a powerful heat. This heat constantly heats Morag's water vapor and clouds. Even Hela's formidable physical fitness was beginning to feel increasingly uncomfortable. Qin, what's going on with this layer of hell? Asked Hela. Qin Hao feels this world where the temperature is getting higher and higher. His face was a little strange. At the moment they are like being in a steamer. The high temperature underground bakes the water vapor on the ground. And this prison directly cut off the passage for water vapor to leave. The entire hell is directly covered by high temperature water vapor. It's like a steamer. Ding, Space Gem builds a tunnel to the underworld. The underworld is rearranged. The construction of the 5th layer of hell is complete. The 5th layer of hell is named Steamer Hell. Qin Hao nodded slightly. Sure enough, it really was Steamer Hell. Qin Hao was a little surprised. Morag was actually transformed into a steamer hell. But in a blink of an eye, he felt that this transformation was normal. Countless jets of water gushed out from Morag. Originally it was soggy here. Moreover, there is a terrifying high temperature underground in Morag. It almost doesn't take too much effort to transform here. It only needs to draw out the high temperature in the ground. The combination of high temperature and water vapor is not water vapor. And the steamer hell relies on high temperature water vapor. The system will save trouble, but this is the normal operation of the system. In the void of the universe, Asgard's warriors watched all the changes here. They had seen clouds roll over Morag. Not long after, the entire planet disappeared directly into this void. Is this what it looks like when the other realms in the 9 realms disappear? Our equipment can't detect any data about this place. The first to disappear in the 9 realms is Hades, right? That's right, it's there. I didn't expect that we could actually see such a thing with our own eyes. Morag is gone, where is God King Hela? We don't have to worry about these things, but I'm curious about one thing. What's up? If it turns into hell, what kind of hell will it be? You know, the last time Muspelheim, I was almost scared to death. You mean, when Muspelheim became hell, the eternal fire burned the whole world? Yes, I just don't know what will become of this world. Asgard soldiers in the universe are curious. Below, what has become on Earth? These are old soldiers, and they are well informed. However, every change in hell still makes them tremble with fear. This time, they saw the planet disappear with their own eyes. Nothingness. Collector Tiwan called all the staff. He's going to Morag. The cosmic spiritual ball was obtained by goddesses of death there. He's going to find Hela to buy it back. If he doesn't go now, he won't dare to go when Hela returns to the 9 realms. Among the 9 realms, the opponent can use Bifrost at will. Even if you actually have no idea to grab it. He also didn't want to go to the 9 realms to face Hela. It's better with Morag. By the way, we can also see if Hela really summoned the undead army in Morag. It is also good to make a plan for him in advance for thousands of years in the future. If Hela really wants to attack the universe, then he has to find a place to resettle. Alternatively, suspend trading in the void. At this time, it is best to ensure that you are not affected by the flames of war. Morag. Chin Hao and Hela watched the changes here with satisfaction. Water vapor with frighteningly high temperatures spread throughout hell. There was a vast expanse of whiteness in front of the two of them. Even if the distance between the two is less than 1 meter. But it's just an outline. Terrible water vapor covered their bodies. Even constantly seeps into their eyes. Both of them are members of the Underworld, so they don't have much feeling about this. After using the ghost eye, it is even more clear to see here. However, if those souls are here, that would literally be entering steamer hell. The horrible steam will make their skin ripe. Flesh and bone will separate at the slightest touch. Moreover, they can't see the people around them. Only endless horrifying wailing could be heard. This will deepen the pain of those souls even more. I just don't know who is more terrifying here, or the volcanic hell burned by the eternal fire. Even Chin Hao subconsciously looked at the souls here. At the moment, the souls of those who remain here are truly miserable. The horrible high-temperature water vapor made them scream again and again. The steamer hell took shape, and these souls were actually the first batch of sufferers. Ding! It has been detected that there are many souls in this hell. Detected that the soul is in guardianship. It is detected that the soul has the power of merit. Redistribute the soul of this planet. As soon as the system finished speaking, Wei Zheng directly appeared on this level of hell. At the moment he opened his hand wide open. The Soul Guardian Power Gem of the Morag planet. Seal gems at the cost of oneself, indirectly saving countless planets and lives. The power of meritorious deeds should be rewarded. All the souls left behind will enter the department of rewarding goodness. Quote. Following Wei Zheng's words, it fell. All of Morag's souls are channeled directly into the rewards of this world. After being guided, all souls smoothly entered the department of appreciation. Once inside, it's like they're in heaven. For endless years, they have consumed the power of their souls. I was tortured by the steamer hell just now. Once inside, they slowly fell into a deep sleep. Chin Hao also finally understood that they were indeed guarding the power gem. However, the long period of time left them in a daze. They didn't even know the question Chin Hao asked. Wait until they repair the soul in the department of rewards. Maybe I can learn about those dusty pasts. Definitely, it doesn't really make sense. Here, it has become its own hell. More importantly, the power gem has also been integrated into hell. And the sound of the system sounded again. The 5th layer of Hell, the steamer Hell has been established. Reward 1. The host has the authority to establish the 6th layer of Hell. Reward 2. The steamer Hell has added a jailer position. Reward 3. The physical strength of the host is improved. Reward 4. The strength of the host's soul is improved. It is detected that the strength of the host has reached the limit of half a step of the god level. The host is evolving. The strength of the host has broken through to the level of a god. The lifespan of the host exceeds 1,000,000 years. Boom! A terrifying coercion emanated from Qin Hao's body. Even the half-step god level Hela at the moment took countless steps back. She couldn't bear the pressure of Qin Hao at the moment at all. She looked at Qin Hao in horror. Tianjin class. This is the Tianjin class. The disparity is too big. Qin Hao at the moment is like a titan. His aura even condensed into a phantom. Block out the sun. Even the water vapor in the steamer Hell was directly dispersed by this terrifying momentum. After a long time, Qin Mozai slowly restrained his aura. He clearly felt the change in his city's strength. He also understood why Odin couldn't beat the celestial team. The disparity in strength is too great. Even if it is just entering the god level, it is not something that the level godfather can fight against. He also understood Yi Ji's strength. If only Egg wasn't just a brain. It will be more difficult to destroy him. As long as he has a body. Even those bombs wouldn't do much to him. You know, the power gem can easily make people explode. However, his descendant Star-Lord can control part of the power gem. His strength is very strong. Unfortunately, his body is too weak. The reason why he turned himself into a planet. In fact, it is to protect his brain. It's a pity that the planet is not as good as the body of a god after all. Odin's random starburst power only cut off the arm of the god. This arm can be picked up at any time. By such a comparison, we can understand the gap between the body of the planet and the body of the god originally. The only one who can defeat the heavenly god class is the heavenly god class originally. And, the existence of those beyond the gods. God level, so this is the power of the god level. Qin Hao was even a little fascinated by his current strength. At this time, the system sound sounded again. Ding, the strength of the host has broken through the barrier. System reward adjustment. Reward 1. The 5 layers of hell that have been built continue to expand. Reward 2. Increase the number of yin soldiers and generals in each hell. Reward 3. Increase the number of ecstasy envoys. Reward 4. The scope of radiation in the underworld is expanded, and the scope of attracting souls is expanded. Reward 5. The Department of Punishment is established, and the Judge Zhang Kui is summoned. Reward 6. The Procuratorate is established, and the Judge Lu Zidao is summoned. Reward 6. The Department of Yin Law is established, and the Judge Kui Yu is summoned. Special reminder. The strength of the god level will attract the attention of the god group. When the system sound ended, 3 figures quickly appeared beside him. Zhang Kui, Way of the Land, Kui Yu. With the addition of Wei Zheng, the 4 judges gathered together. Rewarding the good, punishing the evil, investigating, and the law of evil. The minister waits to see you, my lord. The 4 of them saluted Qin Hao one after another. Get up. Thank you, my lord. The 4 got up, and Wei Zheng patted the other 3 excitedly. You guys are finally here. It's very interesting to see this world. Oh, is this world interesting? I'm a little interested. However, whether there are evil spirits or not, I feel a little itchy. It was Zhang Kui who said itchy hands. His strength is obviously the highest among the crowd. Even Qin Hao had a feeling. Zhang Kui's strength followed him. I want to love you when I first entered the god level. Although Zhang Kui's strength is a bit weaker than his own. But it surpassed Hela. You know, Hela is currently the most powerful around Qin Hao. She has walked a long way on the road of half-step god level. But Zhang Kui's strength almost crushed the opponent. It's interesting, Zhang Kui, as a celestial master, is indeed the strongest in battle. However, after entering the evil punishment division, he has to deal with a lot of official duties. Not much chance for him to go out hunting ghosts. Quote, Qin Hao just happens to lack some management talents in the underworld. The addition of these people came at the right time. Especially Judge Kui. This is the big guy holding the book of life and death and the judge's pen. It can be regarded as the most comprehensive talent. It is because of him that the work of Hades is much easier. I know how you want to go outside and have a look. But it seems that there is no chance in the short term. Now that the prefecture is newly established, all places are still relatively chaotic. Wei Zheng is still too busy even though he is busy alone. So next, the four of you must cooperate with all your strength. First bring the whole underworld into the right track. Now only 5 levels of hell have been opened, and only 3 levels of hell have been set up. After that, we will continue to open up hell, and then we will need more talents. So during this period of time, you have to take a good look at whether there are suitable members among those souls. Quote. Qin Hao started the first lecture. Follow order. The 4 took orders directly. On the other side, Hela at the moment had a solemn face. When the 4 of them appeared over there, she felt that her strength had improved once. Because of the expansion of the 5 layers of hell. Hela's helm Hades is also constantly expanding. This directly made her strength rise again in a short time. Her strength improved, but it didn't make her feel happy. Because she feels it. The strength of these people is astonishing. In particular, the strength of one of them, who has a magnificent appearance, is even more astonishing. Hela, these are the 4 judges of the underworld. Next, I will handle the affairs of the underworld for me. Judges of the 4 divisions of rewarding good, punishing evil, investigating, and yin law. After that, order will be maintained in the underworld. Qin Hao introduced to Hela. Several people met briefly, and then the 4 began to perform their respective duties. On the other side, Hela suddenly realized. Residence in the underworld, so is that why you didn't want me to be the king of Hades? Once the god is really sealed, then he has to do what he wants to do. If you think about it now, you will be affected if you go to other places casually. Quote. Hela finally understood the reason why Qin Hao made himself feel impermanent and hungry in the first place. Deal with government affairs. Really not for Hela. That's right, that's it, but with them, the work in the underworld will be much easier. Qin Hao looked at the busy figures of the 4 and nodded in satisfaction. Are they very powerful? The law and order in hell has to be maintained by them, so they are naturally powerful. Now that I have broken through to the god level, your strength as members of the underworld should also be able to improve. Moreover, soon there will be god-level powerful people coming to trouble us. Your strength needs to be improved immediately, otherwise it will be very troublesome to deal with it when the time comes. Quote. The system didn't mention it. At the god level, he will attract the attention of the god group. For the people in the Tiantian group, he still doesn't know what the other party means. The void of the endless universe. A group of huge creatures at the moment are gathering together. I have monitored a powerful energy, which has reached the bottom line strength of the god level. Need me to investigate? Searchers, analyzers, collectors, you all go to investigate outside the energy source together. Yes, 3 huge bodies left the place. The original Morag star area. A battleship at the moment finally arrived here after countless jumps. Collector Tiwan stood by the hangar window of the battleship. He looked in astonishment at the scene where only the Asgard airship remained. Where's Morag? Where's Morag? Collector Tiwan's face was full of astonishment at the moment. You guys, find out where Morag went. He directly arranged for his subordinates to investigate the scene. According to the previous cosmic coordinates, Morag should be here. But, it's gone. His men at the moment were more stunned than they were. Judging from the previous space route data, there should be a planet here. Now, the planet is gone. There is no trace of the existence of planets here. But the data here has not changed. Everything is fine with the gravity data. According to the current data, there should be a planet here. But, it's gone. Master Tiwan, shall we contact the Asgard army on the opposite side? Contact immediately. Collector Tiwan, at the moment I feel like I'm going crazy. A planet. Such a big planet. Why is it gone? Tiwan's fleet communicated directly with Asgard's fleet. After some exchanges, Tiwan finally understood everything here. However, the more this happened, the more he felt unbelievable. You mean, this place has been turned into hell by the goddess of death? Tiwan asked again. The Asgard soldier looked calm. That's right, but it's not just the goddess of death, there is a death god who is stronger than the goddess of death. Tiwan automatically filtered the following words. He only knows that this place has become hell. How did this happen? A planet turned into hell. How did she do it with her strength? He couldn't figure it out. How could Hela, the goddess of death, be so powerful? This is changing the real world. How could a Hela who was just a level godfather do such a thing? And at this moment, two figures seeped out of the void. A man and a woman are exactly Chinhao and Hela. Tiwan, I didn't expect you to come here. Thank you for telling us about Morag's location. We have gained a lot here. Hela irritates the fragile heart of Collector once again. Collector clenched his fists. This is rubbing salt in your own wounds. But he dismissed the idea in a blink of an eye. How did you do it? This place has been transformed into a hell. Morag is nowhere to be seen here now. Where did it hide? Collector is most concerned about this issue. How did you do it? Hear Tiwan's question. Hela takes a look at the Asgard members here. These people are not strict with their mouths. Perhaps they should be turned into undead. Save them talking nonsense. I'll talk about the transformation of hell later. What are you doing here? Chinhao interrupted Hela's thinking. He also didn't want to answer Collector's words. He wanted to know what the Collector was doing here. Isn't that guy nestled in his void all the time? Now he came out on his own initiative. Could it be for the power gem? He is so obsessed with the power stone. Only then did Collector at the moment focus on Chinhao. He is too familiar with the reputation of the goddess of death. So when he saw Hela, he didn't look away. Now that he heard Chinhao's voice, he shifted his attention. Immediately afterwards, his pupils shrank for a while. The power of immortality. You actually have the power of immortality in your body. Immediately afterwards, he looked at Hela again. You also have immortality in your body. You have surpassed the level godfather. How is this possible? This time, he was even more shocked. The god of Asgard has surpassed the level godfather. Half god, god, no matter which level it is enough to shock Collector. Moreover, from the comparison of breadth, Hela may only have reached the level of a half-step god. But the person beside her is definitely a god level. He thinks he already knows why this place has become hell. A god appears here. That all makes sense. The gods transform hell. They do have that power. That's right, we have the power of immortality in our bodies, and I'm still at the level of a god. Interesting, your immortality looks familiar. Quote. Chinhao heard Collector's words. Also judged some things. Collector is familiar with immortality. You can see it at a glance. Moreover, he was surprised that there were gods here. But he didn't care if he was a threat to him. It seems that Collector is indeed somewhat mysterious. Immediately afterwards, Chinhao thought of the head in the void again. Is it really what you think? Collector spoke again. Could it be that the gods are about to start a new round of experiments? This experiment is a hell outside the real world. What kind of creature is going to be used as an experiment this time, and it is actually necessary to build such an environment? No, you just reached your strength, you are not a member of the celestial group. Another god outside the god group. Tiwan seemed to think of something. He also didn't answer Chinhao's question at all. On the contrary, he was a little surprised by Chinhao's identity. God level strength, but not a member of the Tenjin group. Experiment, Tenjin group. Chinhao narrowed his eyes slightly. This Tianshan group is not very easy to mess with. Strength is one aspect. The point is, they are constantly experimenting and even judging the creatures of the universe. It seems that you don't know much about the celestial god group, you just really broke through your strength. Something is wrong, your strength is obviously not very strong, why can you change the world? Collector couldn't figure out why more and more. The strength of the god in front of him seems to be just entering the god level. Such a god can also turn Morag into hell. It was normal for him to destroy Morag. Change is hard, usually that takes a long time. But Morag disappeared from himself. This time is not long. Opponent, how did you do it? Tiwan, it seems that you are really familiar with these things, can you tell us some information? Chinhao at the moment also saw the problem. Collector's strength is a bit strange. There is a kind of erratic meaning. This guy is really special. Rumor has it that he also lost to death in a bet. So death no longer accepts him into the kingdom of death. Because of this, he was able to live forever. None of this is very important. What is important is the intelligence that the collector knows. Qin Hao wanted to know more about it. Tenjin Group, maybe I will meet them soon. After all, the system gave a special reminder. Information. The only thing I can tell you is that you will be in trouble next. Trouble? What trouble? The members of the Celestial Group have been constantly doing experiments. They are constantly transforming the planet and transforming various species. You are now dragging Mola to hell. That's what makes them less experimental. Based on this alone, they didn't pay attention to alarming them. Your strength is at the level of a god, and that is enough to startle them. More importantly, Morag is special. Morag, do you know what that means? Collector suddenly asked a question. Here, what's the special meaning? Hela spoke. You know, Morag was once a very powerful civilization. So powerful that they were able to snatch the cosmic spirit ball from the hands of the celestial god group. But, who knows if this is a test done by the Tiantian group? Maybe it was the celestial group who let Morag snatch it away on purpose. The cosmic spirit ball in Morag directly caused countless problems. In the end, Morag became like this. Rumor has it that the Morag people were gradually corrupted by the cosmic spirit ball. Morag's men grew stronger, but in the end, after all, it still embarked on the path of destruction. Destroy others and destroy yourself. Because this place has been taken care of by the Tenjin group. So I think the celestial group has taken the cosmic spirit orb away when they destroyed this civilization. It was completely unexpected that the cosmic spirit ball was still here. Quote. Shrink said heartbroken. He was careless. I thought the Tenjin group paid attention to this place. It is impossible to have a cosmic spirit ball here. However, what if Morag really snatched the celestial group powerfully? Instead of the experiments that the Tenjin group came here to do. That would explain why the cosmic orb is still here. Because, the Tiantian group didn't snatch it back at the beginning. When the Morag civilization disappeared, they might have thought that the cosmic spirit orb had also disappeared. Hearing Collector's words, Qin Hao was startled. The Tenjin group is indeed constantly conducting experiments in various places. Even the Earth is the same. If they were really experimenting with Morag as a power gem, it might be true. However, Collector must have told some lies. The Morag were corrupted by the cosmic orb. This is absolutely fake. Because, the Underworld has already judged that Morag's soul is the guardian soul. They have merit. I see. Thank you T1 for your explanation, and thank you for your reminder. Hela, let's go back to Asgard, maybe some members of the Celestial Group will come to us soon. After Qin Hao finished speaking, he turned around and was about to leave. Collector is in a hurry now. Why didn't the other party play their cards according to the routine? Or did he not understand me? I've said it all, the cosmic spiritual ball can corrupt people's minds. Why did he still take the cosmic spirit ball away? Well, wait a minute, I came here this time specifically for the cosmic spirit orb. So, Goddess Hela, and this death god. I wonder if you can sell me the cosmic spirit ball. Collector couldn't hold back anymore. He immediately stated his purpose for coming here. Want the cosmic spirit ball? Tell me earlier, I'll give it to you. Qin Hao casually threw the cosmic spirit ball out. The power gem has been integrated into the Underworld. What else can this cosmic spirit ball be used for? The collector caught the cosmic spirit ball in a hurry. He was dumbfounded at the moment. This thing, so easy to get. When he regained consciousness, Hela and Qin Hao had disappeared. The two had returned to Morag once more. From here, it is most convenient to go to any other level of hell. Asgard's spaceship has also passed through a jump point. Hurry up, let's go back to the void. I want to see what's inside. It's so exciting. Moved. Collector immediately asked his men to drive the spaceship back. Back to nothingness. Collector opened the cosmic orb with a machine. However, there is nothing in it. Where's the power gem? Where's the power gem inside? Collector is going crazy. The power gem that I have been thinking about is no longer there. There is nothing in the cosmic spirit ball. No wonder they gave me the cosmic spirit ball, so they have already taken the power gem. Collector was disappointed. No, could it be that the celestial god group took it? Because they intentionally left an empty cosmic spirit ball here. It's very possible, that's why the cosmic spirit ball appears here, because it's fake. Seems like I need to collect other infinite gems. Collector at the moment is a complete disappointment. I can't find the power gem. On the other side, Qin Hao at the moment also felt the pressure. After all, the system has already prompted that the strength of the gods will attract the attention of the gods. And the collector just said the same thing. Hela, you heard what collector said. Well, I heard that. Is this the reason why you have been continuously improving your strength? The existence of the god group. That's right, the celestial group is constantly conducting experiments throughout the universe. Those that conform are left behind, and those that do not conform are destroyed. People like us definitely make them feel out of control. If we fail, they will attack us and destroy us. And, even if they don't destroy us, it is also possible to take us to conduct research. Qin Hao thought clearly. He also knew that there would definitely be problems of one kind or another when building the underworld. Even he expected to meet the death of the creation god. The Tiantian group is only the first hurdle they have encountered now. If you can't get through this, then don't even think about continuing to build hell. Getting money, although he can also open up a little hell a little slower. He has a lifespan of hundreds of thousands of years. It is completely possible to open up the underworld slowly. You can fully enjoy life. The later he breaks through, the longer it will be when he encounters the heavenly god group. However, he didn't want to wait. Really wait, who knows what will happen at that time. Then what do you decide to do? Hela at the moment is also a bit rushed. What if something really happened? At the moment, she can't wait to break through to the god level immediately. Then it is better to face each other with Qin Hao. It's okay, the celestial team hasn't come yet. Even if they come, it doesn't matter. Just make sure my ascent is faster than theirs. Even if they come, we don't have to worry. Maybe we can still receive the souls of a few gods. The premise is that they have the words of the soul. Quote. Qin Hao thought very openly. It is inevitable that the Tenjin group will come. However, I can continue to improve my strength as much as possible before meeting them. And increase your power. Now I have built 5 layers of hell. As long as you continue to build, your strength will increase rapidly. Moreover, I can constantly pull more important members into the underworld. Every time will be an improvement for him. Raise your strength quickly, and I will arrange for Asgard's soldiers to find more planets. When the time comes, go and see if you can transform it into hell. Quote. Hela knew that there was no way for Qin Hao to improve his strength. Build hell. Every time a layer of hell is built, his strength will increase by a part. Even Hela herself would benefit. Well, build hell where you arranged for them to do it. But next, I should find someone to see if I can win them over. Qin Mo suddenly thought of someone. Who? Ancient One magician. Earth. Qin Hao and Hela at the moment came here. He was going to find Ancient One to see if he could be drawn into the camp of the underworld. However, this time he went to have a look. As for doing it, I really dare not for the time being. Because he is afraid of attracting the attention of eternity. After Ancient One died, the garden soul was taken away by eternity. So I have to think about what to do this time. Among the people I know now, the one who is most likely to break through the level Godfather is Ancient One. Thor had great potential, but he didn't have a dead father or a dead mother. Even his hammer is fine. He can't explode. So, now the most likely is Ancient One. Her breakthrough can bring herself a lot of benefits. There is only a gap between being watched forever and improving one's own strength. You must make a choice yourself. The moment Qin Hao appeared on Earth, the Ancient One magician is already here. The moment she saw Qin Hao, her whole face changed drastically. She couldn't understand Qin Hao's strength. It turned out that Ancient One could see that Qin Hao was on the road to surpassing the level Godfather. But this time, she couldn't see Qin Hao's strength. When she saw Hela beside Qin Hao, she was even more shocked. You broke through. Hela, breakthrough. When I was on Earth. Hela is still sealed. At that time, her strength was only at the level of ordinary people in Asgard. Because at that time, she was only out of soul. Qin Hao and Hela have been thinking about playing Asgard since then. Then Loki attacks New York. Qin Hao and Hela killed Asgard and regained the body. But at that time, Hela's strength was obviously only level Godfather. Not even the peak level Godfather. After the battle in New York, the two disappeared completely. For such a long time, they have not appeared. When Ancient One observed the universe with the cauldron of all things, discover that the universe is constantly changing. Among the 9 realms, several realms disappeared. She kept wondering whether these things were all related to Qin Hao. Now it seems that maybe it really has something to do with him. I can't see through his strength. Hela, she can see through. But even more desperate, Hela at the moment, is so powerful. Far surpasses the Ancient One. Even at the moments Hela is stronger than the breakthrough Qin Hao that Ancient One saw back then. That's right, I made a breakthrough. When Qin asked you to go to Asgard with him, you gave up by yourself. Hela looked a little gloating about misfortune. Originally, the plan Qin Hao discussed with Ancient One was to ask Ancient One to deal with Odin together. If you don't make a move, a statement is fine. As a result, Qin Hao finally crushed Asgard directly. It is a more peaceful way to seize the throne of Asgard's God King. There, many things were done. Ancient One is too far behind now. As long as she doesn't break through, the gap between them will become bigger and bigger. If not, the opponent is the God group. Hela really doesn't want Ancient One to break through. Because once you become a half-step God, Shoyuan will increase greatly. At that time, everyone will become younger. Ancient One became younger. Hela didn't know if she was pretty or not. Anyway, I was a little unhappy. What are you doing here on Earth? Ancient One took the initiative to speak. What time Gem saw about Qin Hao has been imperfect. So Ancient One didn't know what Qin Hao was going to do. I want to see if you are interested in breaking through to the half-step God level. Qin Hao directly stated the reason for coming here. But Ancient One was a little turbulent when he heard the words. The goddess of death has broken through, and she is now very young. If I break through, will I also become younger? Even Sorcerer Supreme, it is inevitable to give birth to such an idea. Oh, woman, what's the price? The Ancient One magician asked this question directly. Cost. Nothing is without cost. It's like she borrowed Dormammu's power to maintain her life. The price is that she is bewitched by the other party all the time. Death God here, what is the price? There are many costs. The first is that after your death your soul will return to the Underworld. You need to serve the Underworld for a certain period of time before you can leave. The second is that becoming a member of the Underworld will encounter many, many enemies. Even recently, you may encounter some powerful enemies early. Perhaps, an enemy stronger than me. Quote, Qin Mo didn't hide anything. These things are not worth hiding. Myself, the Ancient One is here to fight. The soul returns to the Underworld. Do things for the Underworld. For example, Ancient One wondered what exactly Clear would do. Things are uncertain. Everyone is different. Some are responsible for ecstasy, and some are responsible for fighting. When you come here, you must be responsible for fighting. Fight. Fight while alive. Do you want to fight after death? It's hard to believe that Sorcerer Supreme said that. Are you a person who is afraid of fighting? If you are really afraid of fighting, you might choose to die hundreds of years ago. Qin Hao is not polite either. That was hundreds of years ago. When I was young, I was very interested in fighting and survival. But now that I have experienced so many things, I no longer have the original impulse. Quote. Hearing Ancient One's words, Qin Hao was startled. Ancient One now really has the mood to resist fighting. Because in a few years, she will choose to die. If this is the case, then it will be very difficult to pull Ancient One into the Underworld. Really dead, eternity took her away. HMPH, I think you don't know the situation of hell, that's why you want to die. Really want to make you understand the horrors of hell, none of you shall live longer. I haven't lost the urge to live yet, I find it funny when I hear your words. Longer than life, have you lived longer than me Asgardians? You killed more people than I did in battle. I've been sealed longer than you. Don't you find it funny when you say that? Hela at the moment doesn't give Ancient One any face. Qin Hao has some difficult words to say, but Hela doesn't care at all. Because what she said actually made sense. Ancient One only lived a few hundred years. Hela was imprisoned for nearly 2,000 years. Besides, it's better than killing people. Ancient One deals with all kinds of monsters in the magic dimension. Anyway, she has been in a passive situation. If there is an offense, deal with it. If there is no offense, forget it. But Hela took the initiative to choose to attack various civilizations. There is no telling how many civilizations disappeared in her hands. His killing intent is so great that Odin can't bear to watch it. Finally chose to seal her. From this we can see how many people Hela killed. Hela knew that Qin Hao really needed a master like Ancient One who could reach the peak of level Godfather. Once they break through, they will all be half-step gods. Facing the celestial group, level Godfather has no effect. Odin just held on for a few seconds. But the half-step Tiantian class may have a great impact on the Tiantian group. It's true that you can't beat the members of the Tiantian group individually, but what about 3 or 5 together? Now these have the potential to become masters of half-step gods. They are all recruited by Hela. She wants to build a strong team for Qin Hao. But her character is a bit too murderous. That's why it's so hard to even speak. Ancient One was so stimulated by Hela that he felt his breath stuck in his chest instantly. Can't compare. Compared with others, maybe Ancient One can compare. But compared to Hela, it is indeed a bit worse. Lifespan and killing intent are all a bit short. Ancient One magician, you just think too much. You don't even know what's going on above the level Godfather. When you feel that you have 1,000,000 years of life, you will feel that this mere 1 or 2,000 years is nothing at all. The universe is so big, how many things have you seen with your own eyes? Isn't it more meaningful to stand on the pinnacle of the universe than to die DBFG like this? Hela's speech is not pleasant. But what she said made sense. After all, you can find interesting things in life, just like Collector and Fu Tianzun. The two may be trying to keep themselves from going crazy. So each of them found what they wanted to do most. And have persisted. There is something as one's sustenance. He will never be crazy, and will always maintain the most basic rationality. Just like Ancient One's insistence, let her not be taken away by Dormammu. Ancient One also has to admit that Hela is right now. What you said makes sense, but how many people have joined your underworld? How many people have already broken through the peak of level Godfather? Reached the half-step god level that you said. Ancient One at the moment let go. Now he obviously wants to know how many people have reached the half-step god level. I, Odin, Flame Titan Third of the Flame Titan Kingdom, Loth, King of the Ice Titan you saw last. As long as you can reach the peak of level Godfather, you can almost take that step and achieve half-step Godfather level. Unless your aptitude and upper limit have reached the limit, it is impossible not to break through. When Hela said this, her eyes looked at Ancient One very strangely. It's like saying, you can't break through, can you? Or say, you don't join because you are worried that you won't be able to break through. Seeing the look in Hela's eyes, Ancient One felt like his lungs were going to explode. She has always felt that she is a calm person. After all, it can withstand Dormammu's endless temptations. Also able to withstand those horrific futures seen in the time gem without crashing. She has always felt that she is mentally strong and emotionally stable. But this time, Hela teased him with a few words and said that he was extremely angry. Hela, why doesn't he know how to restrain himself? I've said it all, you're mad at me. But she adjusted her mood in the blink of an eye. Since you said so, then I will join in and see. I also want to know if I can break through. Ancient One opened his mouth with a calm face. Don't think it's a good thing that I joined. I have become a member of the Underworld. When the endless magic dimension invades, I wonder if you will intervene. Just to make it easier for me too. Quote, Ancient One is let go. It may not be a good thing for you if I join. Hela is an intruder. I'm a defender. You have to help me defend when the time comes. It's hard to say who makes more money. Qin Hao had no choice but to be convinced. Hi. Pulling this one has a good effect. But at this time, Qin Hao was still a little worried. God of creation, eternal. Don't be caught by him. But then Qin Hao thought of something. Ancient One, what did you just say? Magic dimension invasion. Ancient One chuckled. What, are you scared too? It's the invasion of the magic dimension. You know that if I borrow Dormammu's power, I don't know that he will invade the earth, right? On the contrary, she didn't care about at the moment. Qin Hao's eyes lit up when he heard this. That's right. The invasion of the magic dimension. Why didn't I think of it? With such a thing, it can completely deal with the eternal and God groups. His at the moment tone was full of excitement. He finally found a way to deal with the eternal attention. Also found a way to deal with the Tenjin group. If the Tiantian group came late, then he would be Ren. If they come early, they can do it right. Borrow the magic dimension. With Ancient One, borrow Dormammu. What are you excited about? Ancient One got curious. This Qin Hao seems a little abnormal. I'm thinking about the timing of your joining. Qin Mo calmed down a bit. You know, we belong to Hell, which is actually a magical dimension, right? He asked. Yes, Hell is a special place because it receives souls. So strictly speaking, Hell is the same as the real world. This is the cosmic rule, they are not limited by dimensional barriers. Quote. Ancient One also explained a sentence. That's right, it's actually very simple for you to join the Underworld and become a member of the Underworld. Just like everyone else, just accept the token in it to convert. But because you accepted the power of Dormammu, will you attract Dormammu's invasion when you transform? The stronger you are, the stronger you will be when you can accept the power from Dormammu. Or, he has no way of invading the real world. But is he going to invade the Hell dimension? After all, the dimension of Hell and the dimension of darkness are both outer dimensions. Quote. Qin Hao looked at Ancient One and explained. Ancient One frowned. You mean, I can't become a member of Hell yet? Because I might attract Dormammu. No, Ancient One magician, what I mean is, you don't want to be a member of the Underworld right now. But I will give you the token of the Underworld, and you can become a member of the Underworld whenever you need it. I have a plan that might keep the tigers away. Destroy tigers. Explain. Ancient One also showed interest. Qin Hao explained the celestial group to Ancient One. And told Ancient One that the God group is likely to come to the 9 realms. After hearing this, Ancient One frowned instead. You are such a big trouble yourself, do you still want me to be your thug? No, I'm thinking about one thing, who is stronger, Dormammu or the Tenjin group? As Qin Hao spoke, his eyes grew sharper. You mean, let Dormammu fight the Celestials? Ancient One lost his composure for an instant. You mean, let Dormammu fight the Celestials? Ancient One instantly understood the meaning of Qin Hao's words just now. But the more I understand it, the more she felt startled. How dare the other party do this? You have to know, if you can't do one well, then the Celestial group and Dormammu will attack you together. Ancient One is not at all at ease with Qin Hao's plan. Too risky. It's really too risky. I know, in fact, dealing with the Celestial group depends on the number of them coming, and the strength of the people coming. If it's just 3 or 5, maybe we can survive it by relying on the Hell. But I'm afraid that after this, they will come more people. So they have to find an opponent, and Dormammu is a good opponent. Quote. Can you resist 3 or 5 gods? How big is your underworld? Ancient One felt Qin Hao's mystery even more when he heard Qin Hao's words. That is 3 or 5 gods. It's not just 3 or 5 heavenly fathers. That's right, here, even a few more Hela can't beat the gods. But once entered into Hell, she may directly hold a god. If 1.5 gods are not enough, then 2. Hell has more half-gods than you can imagine. Quote. Qin Hao knew it well. In fact, there are power gems in the underworld, and the strength of all members of the underworld will increase by a small level. Calculated in this way, Hela Odin will be close to half a step of the peak of the god level. And the flame titan Serta is not too far from there. Even if it is Loth, who is half a step away from the god level, his strength will improve greatly. What's more, there are still 4 judges in Hell. The others didn't say anything, but the key was Judge Zhang Kui, whose strength limit was originally close to that of Qin Hao. In the underworld, it is even possible to go one step further, and even directly display the power of the god level. And Qin Hao was originally a god level, and after entering the underworld, he can definitely enter the middle stage of the god level. This is a real small realm, which comes from Wan Baoxi's promotion. In Hell, ordinary gods can't take advantage of him when they meet him. What's more, there are countless Yin soldiers and Yin generals in the underworld. Ranking Titan Flame Titan is a group of militants. Hela's undead army is not weak, and there are monsters like the giant wolf Fenrir. If you really want to fight, a few elementary level or even medium level gods will not be enough to watch. This is Qin Hao's confidence. He didn't care much about the first invasion of the Tianqian group. His only concern was after the first celestial attack. Once they fail, there will be more powerful gods coming out next time. At that time, if one's own strength cannot keep up, he will encounter trouble. So it is a good choice to launch Dormammu to play for the Tenjin group. At that time, there will be an explanation no matter whether the Tianqian group loses or wins. If the celestial team wins, then Dormammu has suffered a serious blow in the process of invading the real world. In this way, the pressure on Ancient One will be much lighter. Rather than invading this world, as long as Dormammu has a normal mind, he will choose to invade other worlds to supplement his strength. If Dormammu wins, then the Celestials will need more Celestials to deal with him. According to the power shown in the movie plot, Dormammu, merged with the Dark Dimension, is stronger than the Celestials. The ability of the Celestial group may be above Starburst. Dormammu occupies the Dark Dimension anyway, no matter how small it is still a universe. So in theory, Dormammu should be stronger than the Tenjin group. No comics here. Talking about comics, this strength may vary. And, really in case the God group can't beat it, Qin Hao may also help the Tianqian group. This is also an opportunity to ease the relationship between the two parties and give Qin Hao enough time to develop. So in theory, this plan to drive away tigers and wolves is very necessary to implement. This is just one aspect of what Qin Hao said. More importantly, Qin Hao wanted to attract the eyes of eternity with Dormammu. Let the Ancient One himself let Dormammu invade while he joins Hell. It's time for a group of them to resist Dormammu. Would it just make eternity think Dormammu did all of this? Eternal eyes stared at him, and now Qin Hao had no way to stop him. But the eternal gaze should be on Dormammu. Then Qin Hao's security will be much greater. If only this is the case, then the implementability of this plan is not high. Eternity is a nearly omniscient and omnipotent God. His eyes really want to come together. Then everyone may be seen through by him at a glance. Qin Hao's thoughts may be courting death. But he still had the idea and wanted to implement it. Because there are still mind gems in Hell. There is still a system. Mind gem originally can change some thoughts. Although these things are invalid for the eternal gods. But this can be used to change other people's thinking. It's like shielding the sky. Let everyone feel that Qin Hao does not exist. At this time, coupled with the help of the system, then it is possible that Qin Hao really does not exist. Just avoid that moment. The next thing will be easy to handle. Definitely, driving tigers and wolves is just one of the plans. Qin Hao does not necessarily implement this plan. In case the Tenjin group that comes is very weak. Maybe it was directly wiped out by Qin Mo. Hearing Qin Hao's plan. In addition to the system did not say. He even told of the power of gems. There are 3 infinite gems in Hell. Only she knows the shock in Ancient One at the moment's heart. Those are infinite gems. There is a time gem hanging on her chest. So she is very clear about the power of gems. Hell sees no sound. It has become so powerful. Even Hela at the moment knew that 3 infinite gems had been integrated into Qin Hao's Hell. No wonder the strength of Hell has improved so quickly. Space gem, mind gem, power gem. Any single one has great power. Let alone 3. And, both Ancient One and Hela rocked yes. Qin Hao actually integrated infinite gems into Lien Hell. It's not for you to improve your strength. If you use the 3 gems to improve your strength, maybe your strength will become stronger. Quote, Ancient One sighed a little. She has just one time gem that gives her great power. Take time moisturizing as an example. She can use the time gem to learn magic. The magic that takes a long time to learn she just learned in the blink of an eye. She can even see into the future. Take a look at the key points of each magic learning. Normal learning takes months and years of magic. She may have learned it in a few days after seeing the key points. Among the other 3 gems, the power gem directly strengthens strength. With it, it is possible for Qin Hao's strength to rise to a great level. Now integrated into the Underworld, that is the promotion of all members. It's not a big problem, the power of gemstones is only external force after all. I really got used to the power of the gemstone and couldn't live without it afterwards. That's fine now. Quote, Qin Hao has always relied on the power of hell. So all he has to do is constantly build hell. Moreover, gems are originally in this world. It is easy to be taken back by this world. But hell count as intruders. It's not easy for them to take it back. Okay, it's good that you know, so what are you going to do? Ancient One doesn't advise either. The opponent is stronger than himself. Maybe see more than yourself. What advice do you have for yourself? Speaking of which, then I need to go to a place. Hela, tell all half-step gods to go to steamer hell. After Qin Hao finished speaking, he opened a passage leading to the steamer hell. Ancient One followed. Immediately afterwards, she felt severe discomfort. The magic shield protecting the whole body opens. She just glanced around with lingering fear. A vast expanse of whiteness. Even the magic shield is covered with water vapor condensing. At that moment just now, Ancient One felt the terrifying high temperature. Steamer hell, the culture of the East is really magical. Ancient One sighed. Your physical body is too weak to become a half-step god. I hope your physical body can strengthen a little bit. Qin Hao pointed out the weakness of Ancient One. Ancient One opened his mouth. Don't know what to say. At this moment, one passage after another drove to here. In a blink of an eye, several people came to the scene. Odin, Hela, Loth, Serta, and the 4 judges of the Underworld. A total of 8 half-step gods. The most frightening thing is that here, Ancient One can't even sense the strength of a judge. That is definitely the strength of the god level. This is the celestial master Zhang Kui. More importantly, Hela's strength here is more amazing than outside. What Qin Mo said is true. Here, the realm is automatically raised by 1 level. As for Qin Hao, his strength was even more unfathomable. Goddess Hela said that there may be a group of gods coming to the underworld to make trouble. Serta couldn't bear it the most. He asked as soon as he came. That's right, so this time the task is not easy. Everyone has become a member of the underworld, so they need to face such dangers. Qin Hao explained. Tianjin Group, it's them again. Just this time I'm going to find them and try again. Odin at the moment stomped heavily on the eternal spear in his hand. Hela glanced at Odin. It seems those rumors are true. Odin really fought the Celestials. Odin knows about the Tenjin team, and told everyone about the strength of the Tenjin team, so that everyone knows. The strength of the Tianjin group is also uncertain. Some gods are hopelessly powerful. However, the strength of some gods is not very strong. This may be related to their different responsibilities. I'm only talking about the gods of Scene. The weakest is about the same as me now. Their lifespan may be very, very long. But the fighting power is not outstanding. The other gods are stronger than you. So I don't know how many gods will come this time. I look forward to seeing them again. Those weak gods, I have to entertain him. Quote, Odin at the moment has an evil spirit soaring. He is always wanted revenge. Everyone also knew a piece of news. There is a big gap in the strength of the Tianjin group. The weakest is only as good as Odin now. You know, the current Odin is at the level of a half-step god. Although it is because of the bonus in the underworld. His strength may be very close to the real god. However, that is only close. If it is such a god, Odin alone can hold one. For level Godfather, he has nothing to do with the gods. It's different now. He might be able to blast the hammer god. You know, Odin also has the destroyer armor to wear. Once he puts that on, he wields the power of the Asgard Protoss. Maybe he can fight 3 or 5 gods. Hearing Odin say that someone is a lot easier. The gods also have different strengths. Since naked Odin can single out one of the weakest gods, then Hela can also single out such a god. Loth and Serta teamed up to deal with a Tien Shendu and came close. Because the 2 of them can't beat Odin together. However, 3 of the 4 judges can fight against the weakest god. Zhang Kui is more powerful, and it is estimated that he can fight a few times. The remaining Qin Hao can fight against the gods in the middle stage. Calculated in this way, 6 or 7 days in Shendu is fine. Ancient One at the moment can be regarded as finally seeing the power of the underworld. It turned out that it was just such a long time. There is already such a powerful force in the underworld. Everyone already knows the situation. So the next battle is in this steamer hell. The change here has attracted the attention of the Tianjin group. Their first goal is to come here. I'll go out and meet them when the time comes. If they are easy to talk to, then forget it. If they don't talk well, I'll open up quick build hell. Bring them in. At that time, I will decide whether the Ancient One magician is a breakthrough or not based on the situation. Quote. When Qin Hao said this, he took a look at Ji Yu. Ancient One magician, maybe we should see if Dormammu can break through the barriers and get in here. It would be interesting if Dormammu couldn't make it through the trial. Quote. Qin Hao was worried that Dormammu would not come to hell. Ancient One thought about it. She directly pinched a gesture. The green light of time gem shines. Look around her head constantly. After a while, the green light disappeared. Ancient One's expression became a little strange. How? I don't see many futures, but Dormammu can come here. After all, hell is also a dimension. When she said this, she wanted to speak but was right. What? Is there something wrong with the future you see? Qin Hao took the initiative to ask 9 questions. Chapter 71. What? Is there something wrong with the future you see? Ancient One's complexion changed, and Qin Hao took the initiative to speak. The future scene is not perfect, there is always something blocking the calculation of time gem. But in bits and pieces, summoning Dormammu's future will all be better. Your plan is right, the Celestials will be attracted by Dormammu. Quote. Ancient One explained it a bit. But she didn't say why she changed color. Qin Hao didn't ask any more questions. Very well, then the plan has been finalized, and everyone is getting ready recently. In fact, I had other things to do. But the Tenjin group may come and disrupt everything. Quote. Qin Hao actually has his own plan for improving his strength. Now it's messed up. What are you going to do? Hela is most concerned about this issue. The improvement of Qin Hao's strength is good for everyone. So everyone is very concerned about his strength improvement. Hearing Hela's words, the others also looked over. I'm thinking about one thing, the position where the collector is now is the head of an ancient god. The last time he saw us, he saw the immortal power in us at a glance. So I was thinking about one thing, whether the head of that ancient god also had the power of a god. If you bring that place over, can you gain something? For example, turning it into a piece of hell. Or, turn there into an item in hell. It's like Soul Castle turned into Shengshanxi. Qin Hao explained his thoughts. He really took a fancy to the head of that ancient god. An ancient god, definitely stronger than Yi Zhe. Ego head can destroy thousands of planets. 440. The ancient god estimated that it was possible to destroy a large galaxy at will. Therefore, it is estimated that Qin Jia's promotion will not be returned. The only question is whether it will work. Upon hearing this news, Hela's eyes lit up. Since we have this idea, let's try it. Let him get out of there directly, or we will destroy them. Hela is not a nice person. Since it is useful to Qin Hao here, then she doesn't mind being the villain. Don't worry for now, the strength of Collector is erratic. I suspect that he also has the strength of a god. What we have to face now is the god group, don't add new enemies. Quote. Qin Hao stopped Hela's impulse. I see. Hela nodded. But she was thinking in her heart. Turn back and let Asgur's fighters go and surround it. Don't let them steal anything that belongs to Qin Hao. She is just so unreasonable. Several people were discussing here, when Qin Hao suddenly looked up at the sky. Morag in the void. 3 huge bodies descended here at the moment. They were all surrounded by battle armor. Don't even know what they look like. The visitor is the searcher, analyzer, and collector of the Tenjin group. Hey, where did the ball go? The collector's tone was surprised. Here, is the Morag civilization that once robbed our power gem. That's right, it's here. When I learned about this coordinate, I was still wondering if the aura of the gods came from the power gem. When the power gem was lost, it took so long to find it. It seems that the problem lies in this. But where did Morag go? Searcher, can't you find Morag too? Not surprisingly, Morag was pulled to another dimension, but this dimension was able to avoid my detection. Seeker at the moment was a little surprised. This is not normal. In the steamer hell, Qin Hao watched the sky. Here we come. The Tenjin group is here. Hearing his words, everyone's hearts froze. Odin went straight to wearing the destroyer armor. He wants to have a good fight with those people. Get ready, I'm going out, wait for my news, and do everything as I say. Qin Hao directly tore the barrier of the steamer Hel. Immediately afterwards, he floated at the original position of Morag star. The god who was searching turned to look at him. Small galaxy-level god. The searcher's voice was a little surprised. It seems to be surprised by Qin Hao's strength. Qin Hao was taken aback when he heard the words. A new name. Small galaxy-level god. You are all members of the celestial group. What are you doing here? Qin Hao took the initiative to ask. The other party's answer will involve his attitude. Moreover, he has already felt that the strength of the incoming person is comparable to his. There is a person behind Dan's opponent, and his momentum is obviously stronger. Obviously, that is the most powerful of the three on the opposite side. It is estimated that according to Qin Hao's own division, it is probably the middle stage of the god level. But from the words of this god, we can be sure. The god level is not divided like this. That's right, we are members of the celestial group, and we never expected such a celestial god to appear in the vast universe. We thought your becoming a celestial had something to do with the power stone. But you don't have the aura of the power gem on your body. This is a bit beyond my imagination. Quote, the seekers did not hide. He was even more surprised at the moment. Morag may have power gems. It's also possible that Morag's civilization took the power gem with them when they retreated. But in any case, it has something to do with the power gem. The gods believe that the wild gods appearing here are most likely power gems. As a result, the other party did not have the breath of the power gem. Is it true that you lost the power gem here? Did you do it on purpose or did you actually get snatched? Qin Hao asked back. From what you mean, you got the power gem. The analyst in the gods, at the moment, took the initiative to intervene. That's right, the power gem is indeed with me. Then hand over the power gem, and then go back to the Tenjin group base to register with us. The attitude of the collectors does not seem to be very good. His tone was very tough. Qin Hao was a little helpless when he heard this. Sure enough, the heavenly Shendu is on high. Go to Tianshan base and register. He asked again. We'll study you and see how you got there. After the research, you can be free. Quote, the collector spoke. Qin Hao's eyelids twitched. Wipe, it really needs to be researched. These guys, because of their self-righteousness. What if I don't go? If you don't go, it's up to you, I will personally arrest you. A small galaxy-level god is not qualified to resist. The collector swung a sledgehammer in his hand. His body was full of momentum. The cosmic void around him seemed to feel like it was about to be torn apart. The small galaxy-level gods you have been talking about, can you explain to me the division of strength of the gods? Qin Hao now wants to know more and more about the division of the strength of the gods. Because it involves his future development and judgment. As for saying what the collectors said, he doesn't care at all. There are too few people from the other side, and the strength of the incoming person is also very low. The people in the underworld have the ability to leave the three of them behind. The only problem is that there may be more members of the celestial group in the future. So at the moment, let's learn more information. He passed the information of the three gods into Hell. Everyone felt a lot more relaxed after hearing the words. There are only three gods, and the most powerful one is only one level higher than Death God. Lof at the moment sighed. Are we just taking them down? Serta was a little excited. Don't worry, wait for news from Qin. Odin dissuaded the excited crowd. Morag Void, the analyst spoke. Okay, these things are very simple, Tien Shendu should know. The strength of the gods is divided into starburst, small galaxy level, constellation level, star field level, large galaxy level, star cluster level, and level universe. Explosive stars represent the ability to destroy a planet. The small galaxy class can destroy the entire small galaxy centered on fixed star at will. As for the constellation level, it is a constellation composed of the fewest or even dozens of stars. The star field level represents a large area formed by hundreds of fixed stars. Large galaxies are large galaxies like the Milky Way. Star clusters refer to star clusters composed of countless galaxies. As for the level universe, it represents the entire universe. Now, do you understand? The analyst generously told Qin Hao the news. Qin Hao was shocked when he heard this. These explanations are very simple and easy to understand. The God level is actually divided into 7 levels. The highest God is the level universe. This is the level single universe category. Starburst. I remember that Heavenly Father, the planet God, can also explode stars. What's the difference between this and the God level starburst? Chin Hao is now curious about this matter. Level God Father almost always has a process of exhaustion after his starburst. But the star-bursting gods can continue to attack after the star bursting. Their strength can support them to blow up the planet all the time. But because of the relationship between energy and strength, they couldn't blow up the small galaxy with one blow. Under such circumstances, only planet by planet can be destroyed. That's why it's called starburst. Quote, the analyst is analyzing the information from Chin Hao. So he was also happy to have a few more words with Chin Hao. This information is worthless, even if the opponent doesn't know the division of strength. It doesn't affect the opponent's explosion of a small galaxy at a time. It's better to tell the other party directly. I see, thank you for your clarification. Chin Hao's thanks are serious. In addition to the collectors, the attitudes of the other searchers and analysts are not bad. It's just that Chin Hao can't accept what they are going to do. Otherwise, maybe you can make friends with them. You're welcome, can you go back with us now? You are only a small galaxy class, and the collector is a constellation class. There is still a huge gap between you. We don't want to use force against you either. Quote. The analyst asked again. Chin Mo shook his head. HMPH, it's up to you whether you go or not. After the collector has finished speaking, he must do it. Wait, listen to me. Chin Hao at the moment stopped the opponent's attack. Collector, don't worry, just listen to what else he has to say. The analyzer pulls the collector. Actually, I can't leave now, but it's just right that you are here, maybe you can help me stop each other. Chin Hao at the moment began his performance. Steamer Hell. Everyone learned about the strength division of the gods. At the moment, several people looked at each other in blank dismay. So, in fact, our current half-step god level strength has reached the level of a star-exploding god. The weakest gods are just as good as I am now. Odin seemed to understand. It seems that we are a bit special in becoming a god. Once we become a god, we will be at the level of a small galaxy. Hela's feeling pretty good too. Really achieve gods, they are not the weakest. What should we do now? Since they are so weak, just let them in and kill them. Serta at the moment is exciting. If the opponent is weak, then you can fight. He even felt that the god on the opposite side was too weak. 1 constellation level, 2 small galaxy levels. If he really entered the underworld, he could be directly surrounded and beaten to death by a group of them. Not even a chance to resist. No hurry, they are weak, just when we are in control. After a while, you all suppress your strength and don't borrow the power emperor of the power crystal gem. After I came in, I didn't use the power of the power gem for the time being. Ancient One, you directly become a half-step god, summoning Dormammu. When the time comes, I will let them in to see their attitude. If they deal with Dormammu, we'll paddle with the strength we have now. If they don't deal with Dormammu, then we just burst out and kill a god first. Odin, take off your destroyer armor and keep a low profile, everyone. Ancient One, summoned Dormammu, when the time comes you pay attention to dodge. I'm worried that your breath will be misunderstood by the celestial group. That's about the plan, understand? After Chin Hao's projection finished speaking, he looked at everyone. Odin took off the destroyer armor directly. No problem. Everyone nodded. Very well, it's time to test everyone's acting skills. In the void of the universe, the analyst looked at Chin Hao curiously. Stop the opponent. What are you trying to stop? Is it related to the power gem? No, it has nothing to do with the power stone, it has to do with a dimension, Mephisto. Inside, a dimension Mephisto is sealed. It can be located here through his followers at any time. At that time, he will be able to come to this world. Me and my people are here to seal this Mephisto. Morag was dragged into another dimension by me. Prevention dimension Mephisto infiltrates the real world. You are here, and you happen to help me seal each other together. After Chin Hao finished speaking, he directly tore the barrier of hell. The moment the barrier dispersed, 2 terrifying auras came out. One of them is the breath of hell combining death energy and yin energy. And the other is the dark magic of Dormammu. At the moment, Dormammu's voice was even heard in the underworld. Ha ha ha, Ancient One, can you finally hold back? You are not within the scope of Holy Place Outback. Now, let's see who else can stop me. Horror of dark magic constantly rising. The water vapor in the whole steamer hell is repelled to one side. There really is a dimension Mephisto. Court death. There really is a dimension Mephisto. Court death. The collector saw the dimension Mephisto, and he directly killed it. The real world is there, ranch. How can a dimensional Mephisto invasion be tolerated? Hey, do you still have helpers? It's useless. Dormammu sensed the involvement of new and powerful forces. But he wasn't afraid at all. At the moment, he has infiltrated a powerful force. With these powers alone, it has reached an amazing constellation level. Moreover, his imposing manner is stronger than the collector. Analysts, seekers, come help. The collectors could see the decline inside at a glance. Here, there is not a single god level. A bunch of half-step gods are struggling to support here. This is not acting, it is really struggling to support. Without using the power of the power gem. What can play a role here is Zhang Kui. And Zhang Kui is only barely close to the degree of a small galaxy-level god. Others, at most, are close to the explosive stars of the gods. How could such a group of people beat a constellation-level god? Even, they are all in danger at the moment. Fortunately, at the critical moment, the collector came in. As soon as he came in, he directly took all of Dormammu's attacks. The others retreated miserably at the moment. It's really miserable. This is not an act. It even gives people the feeling that if they slow down, they will risk falling. In fact, that's exactly what happened. If they were slower, they would have to explode with greater strength to deal with it. The searchers and analysts at the moment also followed directly. They also saw the strength of the dimension Mephisto in hell. Qin Hao was a beat slower before dodging in and closing the hell. There are so many powerful people. You are the gods of this world. Dormammu was also surprised by the crowd who appeared at the moment. His current powers are only tapped out by the Ancient One. The key is that Ancient at the moment is still constantly preventing him from coming out. All she has been doing is stopping the Mephisto starvation invasion of the dimension. It is also very experienced in stopping the opponent. Ancient One followed Qin Hao's suggestion. After integrating the token given by Qin Hao, she withdrew to the side. The moment she integrated, her aura directly reached the half-step god level. It was at that time that Dormammu located Ancient One. And tried to see if it could be hacked. It turned out to be a success. This made Dormammu extremely excited. He used the magic power of the dark magic dimension to quickly construct a duplication in the underworld. I have to say that Dormammu is powerful. Even the oozing magic builds a small galaxy-sized duplication of the Celestials. In other words, this directly surpassed the explosion star. However, this duplication is useless. Because if it is only this duplication, the collectors of the god group can kill each other at will. So the few people became more courageous, and decisively asked Ancient One to release a little magic power. So this constellation-level god duplication was formed immediately. After that, there was a great battle, and all the half-step gods were beaten and retreated steadily. Qin Hao clearly felt everything inside from the outside. Ding, the underworld has been bound to the soul of a key person, and the underworld has the priority to collect the soul. The soul breaks through the barrier, and the power returns. The soul has the status of sorcerer supreme, and the system rewards have been adjusted. Reward 1. The underworld replicates the sorcerer supreme magic, and all members of the underworld can learn it. Reward 2. The physical strength of the host is improved. Reward 3. The strength of the host's soul is improved. Reward 4. Increase the number of yin soldiers and generals in each hell. Reward 5. Increase the number of ecstasy envoys. When the system prompt sounded, Qin Hao tore apart the underworld to let the collectors see what was inside. Collectors, searchers, and analysts are the most advanced dungeons. Qin Hao slowed down by half a beat. Because he felt a little bit of the feedback he just got. Ancient One became a half-step god, and the power of feedback given was comparable to that of Odin. There are not many people who have improved Qin Hao above the god level. So Qin Hao at the moment is still at the level of a small galaxy. The only difference, perhaps, is that the late stage of the small galaxy level has entered the peak. Qin Hao felt a little strange. He is also good, and other people who enter the underworld are also good. When breaking through to the god level, it directly crossed the explosion star. Even after Qin Hao broke through from the half-step limit of the god level to the god level, his strength has directly reached the level before Ancient One integrate. At that time, he considered himself an early-stage god level. In fact, it is at the later stage of the small galaxy level. Perhaps this is the effect of the power of the underworld. Now, it has been directly pushed to the pinnacle of the small galaxy level by the breakthrough of Ancient One. Qin Hao entered the underworld and shot directly at Dormammu. He is even stronger than the Analyzer and Seeker. The four gods attacked Dormammu frantically, and Dormammu resisted. Although Dormammu is only a constellation level strength, but he is obviously stronger than the collectors of the celestial group. After all, there are more or less broken constellations. 7 stars can be a constellation. 50 stars can also form a constellation. Ha ha ha, is this the god? You are too weak. When I come over, I will swallow everything here. Dormammu was crushed and beaten by 3 gods and Qin Hao. Qin Hao at the moment did not use the power of the power gem. Otherwise here he is a constellation class. He can beat Dormammu's duplication by himself. Qin Hao also had to talk about the strength of the underworld. Even a bunch of existences that can blow up the constellations didn't break this place. Although it's just a steamer hell. Although it is only transformed from Morag. But after the transformation, its existence has reached another level. I don't know if there are also space gems and power gems in it. Dormammu was crushed and beaten by 4 men. In this way, the effect cannot be achieved. Qin Hao made a slight movement towards Ancient One. Ancient One accepted the message. She's a little weaker against Dormammu. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Dormammu sent another powerful force. Dormammu's momentum became stronger. This time, he was able to fight back and forth with the 4 gods. As expected of Dimension Mephisto, it's really awesome. A dimension of Mephisto, occupying a universe, is a level universe, and it is definitely powerful. Offensive, can't make him stronger. The 3 members of the celestial group attacked frantically at the moment. But Qin Hao still planned to continue acting. You guys, come in. Qin Hao directly greeted everyone in the underworld. After this period of trimming, several people recovered. Just now they faced Dormammu themselves. It is indeed a bit big. I even felt that the decision just now was too rash. If only Ancient One cast a little more magic. They're not just screwed. But now, there are 4 gods resisting here. They also hit back hard. Unfortunately, their offense was not effective against the stronger Dormammu. You are all looking for death. I am the great Lord Dormammu. You dare to fight me, I will make you pay the price. Ha ha ha, it's useless, since I have entered this dimension, I will pull this place into my dark dimension. I really didn't expect that you actually made a breakthrough. What I didn't expect was that you didn't break through under the protection of Holy Place. Ancient One, merge with me, you are also a member of the dark dimension. Dormammu was constantly laughing at the crowd as he fought. It is just an energy duplication. He is not afraid. Ancient One was able to use Visandi's magic power to stop him on Earth. The holy place of the Earth is a large formation that seals strength. While blocking the dimension Mephisto, it also sealed everyone's strength. Going there, Dormammu is tantamount to confronting Visi. He is the Mephisto of the dark dimension. Shandi is also a trinity of gods in the magical dimension. In theory Dormammu is stronger than him. So on Earth he is constantly at a disadvantage. But here, no. Here, Ancient One has no leverage. He even dared to blow himself up here. Anyway, this is just a duplication. But, do others dare? Dare not. Such is the confidence of Dormammu. Dimension Mephisto, return to your dimension, otherwise, you will alarm the real gods. Collector at the moment shouted loudly. A real god? Do you think I'm afraid? I'm a real god in my universe. Dormammu at the moment didn't care at all. I am God. Who are you scaring? However, as soon as his voice fell, he felt something was wrong. He looked back abruptly. There, it is tongue-licking. Dormammu, we really can't help you if you come to the main body. But your duplication really thinks highly of yourself. Quote, After Ancient One finished speaking, her aura rose wildly. Dormammu looked at Ancient One in surprise. You are still absorbing my magic power. It seems that you really want to be assimilated by me. What Ancient One at the moment did really surprised Dormammu. The opponent is still constantly absorbing his magic power. This can easily corrupt other people's minds. Ancient One gave up. Dormammu couldn't figure it out. Only Qin Hao can understand here. When the Ancient One merged with Dormammu's power, she is still constantly absorbing divine power from hell. At the same time, she was originally practicing the magic of Vishandi. This gave her 3 kinds of power in her body. The magic of Sorcerer Supreme was originally borrowed. Their magic, borrowed from other dimensions of power. Now, Ancient One borrows the power of 3 dimensions. Among these 3 forces, under normal circumstances, the Vishandi Trinity God is the most powerful. Dormammu's dark dimension power comes next. The power of hell is the weakest. However, now it is in hell. So the power of hell is the strongest. Dormammu is here because of this duplication. His magic is second. Emperor Weixin passed the magic power to this far away. The magic power is the least. But it doesn't matter. The important thing is, Ancient One is making crazy breakthroughs with the help of these 3 magic powers. Surpass Loth from the very beginning. Immediately beyond. Serta, even surpassed Odin and Hela in quick succession. With her momentum, she went straight to the gods. Because the Ancient One absorbed Dormammu's power. Dormammu's duplication strength even dropped. An inadvertent, directly repulsed by the collector. Seeing this, Qin Hao made a gesture towards Ancient One. Ancient One understands. She directly let go of a little bit of magic power from the dark dimension. Terrible magic power surged over. Ancient One was directly pushed to reach the peak of the half-step god level. Ancient One, now! Qin Hao shouted loudly. A terrifying force from hell directly entered the body of Ancient One. Boom, boom, a more terrifying aura emanated from Ancient One. She directly broke through to the god level. Really broke through the god level. It was not broken through with the blessing of the power gem. How did this happen? You really broke through. Dormammu at the moment is getting more and more unbelievable. Ancient One actually took this opportunity to break through. Any other time, Ancient One breaks a little bit. Will be corrupted directly by Dormammu. But now, Dormammu is stopped by 4 gods. Even when the magic power was released just now. Dormammu's duplication goes a step further in the strength of the constellation level gods. His current situation has not improved. Not only did he not get better, he also fell into a disadvantage. 5 gods. Now, it is the 5 gods who beat him. Small galaxy class. The analyst at the moment exclaimed. The breakthrough of the Ancient One wasn't just a shock to Dormammu. The 3 gods who are fighting are also incomparably shocked. Breakthrough. Someone here actually broke through in front of them. The most important thing is that the opponent has broken through to the small galaxy level. The same level as the gods who took them in. It's just that Ancient One is weaker. But, this is also a small galaxy level. Straight past the starburst. At the moment they had other thoughts in their minds. Perhaps, this time it is impossible to stay away from these gods. One is that the opponent blocks the dimension Mephisto here. It's really troublesome to take them away. The other is their strength. 2 small galaxy-level gods. There are also a bunch of half-step gods. Really have to be tough. Both the analyst and the searcher are expected to die here. Only the collectors may survive. No need. Retreat this time, and then lead more gods to come. Others don't know what the Tenjin group thinks. But the breakthrough of Ancient One directly stimulated Hela. There is actually someone who breaks through to the god level before her. This is simply unimaginable. She was originally the strongest around Qin Hao. But now, don't mention it. In fact, when Zhang Kui appeared, she is not. But at that time she didn't feel much. Zhang Kui, after all, is an oriental god. Now, there is someone stronger than her. Her mentality felt like it was about to collapse. If Hela's mentality almost collapsed, then Dormammu's mentality is completely broken. You are looking for death. I will fight with you. The magical vibrations in Dormammu's body frantically. Everyone leave, his duplication will explode. Everyone leave, his duplication is about to explode. Qin Hao felt it most clearly. In a blink of an eye, all the people belonging to the underworld dispersed. Odin, Hela, Zhang Kui, etc. do not have any hesitation. At the moment does not leave, when to stay. Even, a few of them went straight through the steamer hell. At the moment who knows how powerful Dormammu's self-destruction will be. That was a self-destruction of a constellation-level powerful god. In the entire steamer hell, there are only 6 god-level existences left. Dormammu, waiting for you to blow yourself up. Ancient One at the moment began to taunt. She and Qin Hao at the moment retreated directly to the back. I have never seen a constellation-level strength self-destruct. Naturally, be careful. In fact, Qin Hao from at the moment can't make a move. When Ancient One broke through, he broke through. Ding, the Underworld Sorcerer Supreme has broken through the barrier, and rewards are issued. Reward 1. The physical strength of the host is improved. Reward 2. The strength of the host's soul is improved. Reward 3. Increase the number of yin soldiers and generals in each hell. Reward 4. Increase the number of ecstasy envoys. Reward 5. Expansion of the underworld territory. Reward 6. The scope of radiation in the underworld is expanded, and the scope of attracting souls is expanded. Reward 7. The first job-changing deity breaks through the god level, and the upper limit of the strength of the staff of the underworld is raised to the god level. Reward 8. The strength of all members of the underworld has been increased by 1 level. With this reward, Qin Hao's strength has directly reached the constellation level among the gods. Moreover, it is still the pinnacle of the constellation level. Now, if he uses the power gem in the underworld, his strength can directly reach the astonishing star field level. This is stronger than the most powerful of the gods who came here. Now, it is even more impossible for them to take advantage of Qin Hao. If it weren't for being in the underworld, he wouldn't even be able to suppress the fluctuations when he broke through. Fortunately, this is the underworld. The members of the 3 gods did not notice the breakthrough of Qin Hao's strength at all. The 3 of them at the moment glanced at each other. It seems that this one glance completes the communication. The 3 of them didn't back down like that. Go to hell. Dormammu duplication magic shock. Boom, boom. Horrific explosions take place directly in the steamer hell. The water vapor in the entire hell was instantly compressed by the shock of this terrifying explosion. Near the place where they fought, the ground was directly raised to the ground. The terrifying groundwater spewed out even more violently. When the water spray dispersed, the 3 huge god armors seemed to be broken. Even the analysts and seekers are a little sluggish. There's a dimensional Mephisto invasion, and we need to report that. For the time being, you have to continue to guard here, so we leave. The 3 gods directly tore the hell barrier, then disappeared into the steamer hell. Qin Hao let go of the authority of hell. Otherwise, the 3 of them would not be able to tear apart. His current strength is stronger than that of collectors. The universe was empty, and the 3 figures left quickly. Analyst, what have you found? The opponent's strength is a bit abnormal. Not normal. What do you mean? After the person known as Ancient One broke through, the god who led us stopped suddenly. There's nothing unusual about that. That's when the dimension Mephisto is about to explode. No, I felt the energy in him at the time. In that instant, his energy had a riot. And the power of that riot seemed to exceed the small galaxy level. Quote. The analyst told the 2 of the results of his analysis. You mean, he probably reached the constellation level, just in the battle just now? Yes, very likely. He broke through, but didn't immediately fight with the collector. The 2 constellations feel that they can suppress that dimension Mephisto. So, he actually kept us on guard. Quote, seekers learned of such inferences from analyst reports. It's normal, so I asked you to stop the explosion of the dimension Mephisto together. This is our way of showing our willingness and taking the opportunity to walk away. Now, we need to tell the judges the information here. Quote, the analyst shook his head helplessly. I thought it would be an easy task this time. As a result, this task was so troublesome. It is indeed necessary to inform the judge of the information here. As soon as they broke through, they reached the amazing small galaxy level. It is still a strong player in the small galaxy class. Such strength and breakthrough methods are somewhat beyond the plan. Quote, so, they deserve our continued observation and don't bother them for the time being. The analyst draws his conclusions. Continue to observe, makes sense. Seekers seem to agree with analysts. Steamer Hell. Qin Hao and Ancient One watched the three leave. Immediately afterwards, Qin Hao's breath suddenly trembled. The aura of the constellation level is constantly circulating in the entire steamer Hell. The real pinnacle of constellation level. Immediately afterwards, Qin Hao's momentum continued to increase. Straight across the constellation level and reached the amazing starfield level. This is mobilizing the power of the power gem. When his aura reaches this level, the small galaxy-level Ancient One retreated directly and constantly. Too strong. This gap is really too big. She also discovered that the higher the strength of the gods, the more amazing they are. The gap is also getting bigger. Just then, the whole hell vibrated constantly. Helm Hades, Ice Hell, Undeserved Death Hell, Volcano Hell, Steamer Hell. The 5 layers of hell at the moment are expanding crazily. This is a change from bonus 5. Especially the first floor of Helm Hades. It has gone through several expansions. How big is it except Hela, the Lord of Hell, and Qin Hao? No one knows how big it really is. And as hell continues to expand, the strength of the prison masters in the underworld is also constantly improving. At the moment, the strength of the few people who escaped from the hell of unnecessary death increased crazily. Hela sits in Helm Hades. Her strength has improved the most. In a blink of an eye, her strength directly approached the limit of the half-step god. This level is the limit of the original strength. Likewise, Odin, who has always been limited by Hela's strength, at the moment also directly reached the limit of the half-step god. But at this point, both Hela and Odin discover one thing. Hela no longer blocks Odin's ascension. This also proves that the limit of the gods has come to an end after being half a step away from the gods accumulated over the years. Next, he can break through casually. However, there is no accumulation of divine power. It is also difficult for him to break through quickly. Flame Titan Serta is the strength and is one step closer. Although its strength is not as good as Odin and Hela, but definitely stronger than Odin before the breakthrough. Even the weakest Loth, at the moment, has reached Serta's former strength. Even stronger than that time. It is obviously an improvement in strength, but Loth is still very unhappy. Others, again, I am still the weakest. Not only them, the 4 judges at the moment are also full of momentum. The most powerful Zhang Kui even directly broke through to the god level. He was originally a half-step god level limit. This time it directly became the 3rd god level of the underworld. Heavenly gods other than Qin Hao and Ancient One, and the other 3 judges, at the moment, also came half a step to the limit of the god level. Even Odin has feelings. These 3 people may be stronger than him. The expansion of the underworld, the benefits for all people are really due to causes. It seems that this is the benefit brought by the breakthrough of Ancient One Magician. I didn't expect her to be the first among us to break through to the god level. Quote. Odin sighed a little. Ancient One actually broke through to the god level earlier than him. How did Ancient One directly break through to the god level? After she became a half-step god, she didn't stop at all. Quote. Hela was a little unconvinced. She wondered how Ancient One did it. She was sealed for nearly 2,000 years. Naturally, I don't know what Ancient One has been doing for hundreds of years. The Ancient One is the Sorcerer Supreme, who survived for hundreds of years. Normally, it is impossible for a person to live for such a long time. Even practicing magic cannot do this. But I've seen things in the universe with the Ball of Agamotto. Ancient One communicated with Dormammu for longevity, which is the Mephisto that appears today. Supported by Dormammu's magical power, Ancient One can live forever. When I break through, I feel the power of design. The white magic practiced by Ancient One originally comes from Mephisto Wyshandi. After that comes the power of Dormammu, and finally the power of Hell. In other words, Guri's breakthrough is directly composed of these 3 forces. You know, Dormammu possesses constellation-level strength with just a little magical duplication. No matter how little power Ancient One absorbs, it is enough to break through to the god level. Quote. Odin explained his findings in detail. After all, ginger is still old and spicy. What he sees is more than others. The power of the magic dimension. Asgard also has black magic. I want to break through to the god level. Hela seemed irritated. She learns that the magic of the dark dimension allowed the Ancient One to break through. She also remembered Asgard's black magic. Heimdall used black magic to summon Bifrost out of thin air to send Hulk to Earth. It is conceivable that the power of black magic is impressive. Hela, black magic will erode people's mind. Odin spoke persuasively. Ancient One can withstand it, but I can't. Hela doesn't care about these. However, she hadn't had time to think about anything else. Another force surged through her body. The last reward of the system. The strength of all members of the Underworld has increased by 1 level. This time they were forcibly promoted by a small level. Boom, in the blink of an eye, she directly broke through to the god level. Not only her, but Odin beside her also broke through. Even the 3 judges at the moment directly reached the god level. This level is also the late stage of the small galaxy level. This is the strength level they will have after breaking through. And Zhang Kui, who has always been stronger than them, even directly reached the pinnacle of the small galaxy level. Just this time, there are 6 more small galaxy level gods. 1 peak, 5 late stages. In the blink of an eye, the strength of the Underworld directly became extremely powerful. Even Serta at the moment directly reached the astonishing half-step god level limit. It is possible to step into the god level at any time. The weakest Loth has reached the level beyond the original Serta. The next upgrade will definitely reach the limit of half a step of the god level. And there are other staff in the Underworld. At the moment also raised a small level one after another. But compared with the gods, they are too weak. What's going on? Are we still breaking through? This time, did you get so many benefits? Chin, how terrifying will his strength become? Hela was a little unconfident. This time, how could it be like this? They directly tore open the passage to the steamer Hell. Boom, a terrifying momentum directly penetrated the passage. The terrifying coercion made everyone feel the pressure. Chin, is your strength at the star field level? Hela at the moment did not dare to approach Qin Hao. The pressure was too great. Qin Hao is more than 2 realms higher than them. Okay, naturally they feel overwhelmed. Even Hela and the others can only reach the pinnacle of the small galaxy level with the help of the power gem. There is a constellation level in the middle to be the star field level. The strongest group of gods who came this time is only the constellation level. This shows how powerful Qin Hao at the moment is. That's right, I've been promoted to the star field level, it seems that you have gained a lot. Qin Hao looked at the 7 small galaxy level gods below. The 4 judges, Hela, Odin, Ancient One. Moreover, the strength of Zhang Kui and Ancient One is still the pinnacle of the small galaxy level. Accepting the increase of power gems in the Underworld can directly reach the initial stage of the constellation level. There is also Serta, a half-step god who can break through at any time. In the Underworld, you can even directly be regarded as a god. And the weaker Frost Titan Loth. He also didn't expect that the Ancient Ones coming this time would give him such a powerful force. Especially using the power of Dormammu to break through the god level. There is a feeling of exceeding expectations. Now, if they meet the 3 members of the Tiantian group, they are worth nothing. The people from the Tenjin group have left. Odin looked around for a week and asked. That's right, they left, and then they will either send a new team over. Either they will not care about us in a short time, and this time is the time limit for us to continue to break through. Qin Hao survived this time. It is very easy to avoid the god group. The only thing he worries about is whether he has avoided the eternal comment. But judging from the system's feedback, Eternity shouldn't have commented here. After all, the Tiantian group was coming, and the system specially reminded them. Now that these things are settled, then the next step is to do what he hasn't finished. When Hela heard Qin Hao's words, she immediately regained her spirits. Now, shall we go and take down the void? Now, shall we conquer the void? The belligerence of Hela at the moment is on full display. This time, she remembered what Qin Hao said before the Tiantian group came. Collector's ancient celestial head might be useful. If it is useful there, it will naturally be shot down. Don't worry. Let's go and have a look first, and then do it when it's useful. If it doesn't work, there is no need to fight the collector. Quote. Qin Hao first checked to see if it was suitable for building a hell. Or is it suitable for building an underworld building like a soul castle? Then go and have a look. Besides, you said that the strength of the collector is uncertain, so let's all go together. Hela doesn't think it's a big deal at all. Perhaps it is because of the strength of the small galaxy level. So she wants to find someone to try. Wait, can you tell us what is going on? Why are you calling collector all of a sudden? Loph didn't understand what was going on until this point. The Tenjin group has just been sent away here. Why are you going to hit someone else again? It happens that you are all here, so I will tell you something. Now everyone has the power of immortality in their bodies. Everyone can also understand that the power of immortality is the key to the gods. Sufficient longevity is the key factor to break through the strength. And every god's body is full of immortal power. Speaking of collector, the place he now occupies is the head of an ancient god. A head like a planet. You can compare it with the Tenjin group that came today. The members of the Tenjin group are all only a few hundred meters high. It is just higher than Serta. However, the head of that ancient god was a planet. Comparing it like this, everyone should understand the hugeness of that ancient god. Such an astonishing body, what does he rely on to maintain it? Why can he remain intact in the universe after dying for endless years? The key to all this may be the power of immortality. Quote. When Qin Hao said this, he paused. The news took a while to digest. My lord, maybe the more immortal power you have, the more you can bear that huge body. The more power of immortality, the immortality of the head of the ancient god can be maintained. I have always heard that collector sells resources in the head of the ancient god. What brain lobes, brain marrow, and various rare substances. So, is he really selling those? We have never crossed the level godfather before. So we don't know anything. He is what he says. But now adults explain. Then what the collector is doing is a bit strange. Quote. Odin is indeed wily. He thought of something in a blink of an eye. Collector, you should have deceived everyone for hundreds of years. He has been developing that head for hundreds of years. What good stuff there is, who knows? That's right, that's probably what it means, and everyone is now a member of the Underworld. We all know that the expansion of the Underworld will bring everyone a boost in strength. If we turn the head of the ancient god into a layer of hell. In other words, transform the immortal power of the ancient gods into their own immortal power. Everyone's strength will definitely be greatly improved. The only question is how much immortal power the collector has taken away. Quote. This is what Qin Hao was worried about. Hundreds of years. There is nothing to say in there. Even, maybe there is nothing in it. So that's why Qin Hao had to deal with the celestial group first this time before going to the void. If you run to the land of nothingness. As a result, there was nothing there that could improve me. At this time, the people from the Tiantian group came again. That is really a pit. We understand. It just so happens that everyone goes to see it together this time. Collector, he has lied to us for hundreds of years. It's time to scare him. Odin held the gun of eternity with a fierce look on his face. He was originally merciful, and that's because he didn't want Asgard Deadman too much. But now, Asgard gave it to Hela, he has removed the position of God King, it is just that he is light without an official. And Asgard went through 2 rounds of expansion. The increased land is enough to expand Asgard's population several times. With a large population, Asgard is invincible. That being the case, why didn't he try to test Collector? What's more, so many gods here shot together. Unless the Collector is a star-level god. Otherwise, he will be hanged and beaten by all DBAJ people. Even Qin Hao alone was originally the pinnacle of the constellation level. Anyone below the starfield level had to kneel when they met Qin Hao. Plus there are other 7 small galaxy-level celestials. Even if they are new to the starfield level, they can fight. Let's go, leave hell and let's go to nothingness. Qin Hao tore through the barriers of hell, and everyone appeared in the cosmic starry sky of Star Morag. At the moment when everyone appeared, everyone looked in one direction. Another god. Hela easily felt the breath coming from there. The aura of the figure that appeared over there actually reached the level of a god. I didn't expect that there are so many fellow travelers in the universe, we were really a bit of a sidekick before. Serta at the moment is also a constant sigh. His original goal was to destroy Asgard and let Ragnar paragraph Mark K fulfill it on him. But now, he doesn't think about these things at all. There are so many interesting things in the universe, isn't this more interesting than ruining Asgard? Asgard is now much smaller than his flame kingdom. Even if Asgard expands twice. But the underworld has expanded more than twice. And, though it looks like Odin is stronger than them right now. However, Odin lost the blessing of the Asgard god king 2 or 3 more times, and he sorta can guarantee that he will be stronger than the other side. The god on the opposite side saw everyone stop here, and he also stopped moving forward. Qin Hao saw who the other party was at a glance. His face became a little strange. I didn't expect to meet him here. Something murmured in his mouth. You know him. Hela heard Qin Hao's words. I don't know him, but I know who he is. Qin Hao really recognized who the god who came here was. Ego, take the opponent down. Qin Hao went straight to the caller. Hearing Qin Hao's words, the people around him went straight to the god over there. No matter who the other party is, take it first and then talk. Seeing a group of gods rushing towards the opposite person, the opposite Yijie was also stunned. He stood at the moment on a white eggshell-shaped spaceship. He was about to drive the spaceship to leave, but was quickly stopped by the crowd. They are all gods, what are you going to do? Yijie was stopped, really helpless. The inner shock of at the moment is only known to him. 8 gods. There are actually 8 god-level existences here. No wonder he felt the abnormality here. Tell us first, what are you doing here? Qin Hao walked in front of Yijie and asked. I was wandering in the universe, and suddenly felt the breath of a god here, so I came here to take a look. Egg had nothing to hide in this matter. Because he really felt that there was a breath of gods here, and wanted to come and have a look. Why, do you still want to find a god to reshape the universe with you? Qin Hao naturally knew what Yijie was doing here. Find the power of the gods. He alone, the power of the gods is not enough. Because what he wants to do is really too big. Reshape the ecology of thousands of planets with one's own power. Eliminate existing civilizations in the universe. Build the kind of civilization he wants. You know my purpose, who are you? How do you know? Yijie was a little surprised when he heard Qin Hao's words. I have never told anyone about my purpose. Because, he did not meet a god with the same divine power as him. All the while, he was creating offspring. Create offspring with each race. Just to find an existence that can accompany him to transform the universe. Or rather, he needs a battery. His own power is not enough. When the other people heard Qin's words, they also looked at Yijie in surprise. Reshape the universe. Isn't what he's doing suitable for the Tenjin group? Is he also a member of the Celestial group? But no, why is he so young? Everyone has already seen the huge body of the Tiantian group. The body of this god is too small, and he is still on a white egg-shaped spaceship. It is completely inconsistent with the force of the gods. Egg's expression became more dignified when he heard what everyone said. He has already heard that these people in front of him are not members of the Tiantian group. But how do they know their purpose? Who are you? Since you are both gods, what are you going to do when you stop me? You know my purpose, are you here to stop me? Egg's tone was also serious. If you hadn't appeared in front of us today, in fact, there might not have been much intersection between us. But since you have already appeared today, it happens to deal with your affairs first, and then deal with other matters. Egg, take us there, where is your body? Quote, Ego. When Yijie heard Qin Hao's words, his whole expression changed drastically. You actually know my existence. Who are you? Don't worry about who I am, I said take us to your body. Qin Hao acted very strongly. Now he has strong capital. Do you think I will take you to my planet? Impossible. How could Egg let a group of gods find his true body? Really let these gods find his body. It is estimated that his body will be blown up by this group of people directly. Even if they don't blow up his body, they don't know what they will do to their body. Qin Hao was not disappointed when he heard Yijie's words. It's okay, but it's not up to you. After Qin Hao finished speaking, he took out a token and stabbed fiercely at Yijie. Yijie was startled, and the magic light shone on his hands, blocking Qin Hao's attack. When everyone saw that Yijie fought back, everyone's hands were shining with the light of divine power. Odin's spear of eternity stabs out. Hela's night sky sword slashed at Egg's hand. The huge Surta destruction sword blocked the retreat in all directions. Egg didn't even have a chance to escape. Egg at the moment, he didn't even think about running away, because it was useless. He wanted to resist very much, and he didn't even. There is no way to resist. This is just a duplication of him. The strength he possesses may only be at the starburst level. It's possible that it's not even at that level yet. The reason why he can travel in the universe is precisely because of the power of immortality. There is also immortality in his duplication. However, whether this kind of duplication is fighting or flying in the universe, it will consume the immortal power of his physical strength. As the power of immortality is consumed, his duplication will gradually become old. And he must also go back to its body for a fixed period of time. It is to replenish the power of immortality. But no matter how much immortal power his duplication has, it is just a duplication. As a result, I met so many gods here. Moreover, the lowest strength of these gods are all at the level of small galaxies. He also saw that the leader was a constellation-level celestial being. Constellation class. In fact, his body is at this level. Even very similar to the other party, his body is about to break through. Once his body breaks through, it will be a starfield-level existence. It is very easy for one person to destroy a piece of star universe casually. Everyone shot Yi Jie and was quickly subdued. What the hell are you going to do? Egg was really anxious this time. I said, let you take us to your body. I basically know everything about you. For thousands of years, you have been constantly seeding in every race in the universe. There are infinite descendants of you in this cosmic race. And among these descendants, you have always wanted to find a descendant who will inherit the power of your god forever. Because the power of the gods is interlinked between you, the powers of the two of you can be combined to exert a more powerful force. It's just that no one has met your requirements for thousands of years. The power of the gods cannot be produced in their bodies at all. Am I right? Egg's expression became more serious at the moment. What the other party said is right. Why does he know his own affairs? Could it be that you are my descendants looking for revenge? Impossible. They don't have the ability to find you, let alone pay that price. Quote. That's right, we were not found by your descendants, but we met you and just wanted to confirm something with you. Confirm one thing. What do you want to confirm? One knows, perhaps he will hear an important thing soon. From now on, he looked at Yi Ji's duplication and smiled. I want to confirm whether the planet you built can become the 6th level of hell. This is what Qin Hao wanted to do when he met someone. Confirm whether the planet established by Yi Ji's body can become the 6th level of hell. That's why Qin Hao grabbed a duplication. The 6th hell. What does that mean? Yi Jie had no idea what Qin Hao meant. But the others around him were a little stunned when they heard the news. Qin, what did you just say? You said that he built a planet on his own body. Hela spoke first. That's right, his body built a planet. There is only him, a life consciousness on the entire planet. All his children were taken to the planet by him and then abandoned. It's because those children don't have the power of gods. The power of the gods can be inherited, and I also know it from him. So, the world is so unfair. Some people have worked hard for a lifetime but are stuck at level Godfather. But some people are born with the genes of gods. However, none of this matters anymore. Since there are countless souls on his planet, I want to see if I can turn his body into a layer of hell. If it can really turn his body into a layer of hell, everyone's strength will increase accordingly. Quote, Qin Hao said that Yi Jie couldn't help but sigh. There is really no way to say about this kind of genetic matter. He was born with the power of a god. Is there really such a thing? Odin was not calm when he heard the news. He's stuck in level Godfather for thousands of years. In the end, Qin Hao told him that some people were born with the god gene. As long as it is activated, he is a god. Definitely there are such things, and because there are so few, it will be more and more unfair. Qin Hao replied in the affirmative. Egg frowned at this. Are you mistaken? Misunderstood. Yes, you said that the natural god genes are in the offspring. But in fact, I have reproduced for thousands of years. Still haven't found a single genetically possessing my celestial powers. I have been insisting, just for a goal and a dream. Egg at the moment was also a little disappointed. His plan failed. He transformed into countless creatures. And countless creatures to reproduce. But he didn't meet anyone with the power of a god. It's just that you don't know it, you really have offspring who inherit your genes. Egg's eyes lit up. Really have. Really, do you want to become a real star-level god? I turn your planet into a hell. In exchange, I can help you find your offspring. Once the power of the two of you is united, at that time, your joint efforts are the real star-level gods. Quote. When Qin Hao saw Yi Jie, he thought of Xingju. Naturally, the second idiot couldn't let it go. Yi Jie once transformed into a member of the Underworld as the first constellation-level god. Then Qin Hao was somewhat looking forward to what his own strength would become. Starfield level. It is even possible to reach the level of large galaxies. That is a terrifying existence that destroys an entire galaxy with one blow. Even if it is close, it can only reach the late stage of the starfield level. With a wave of hands, tens of thousands of billions of planets are destroyed. That is also a terrifying existence. And, Egg was transformed. I transformed Xingju again. You know, on Yi Jie, Star-Lord is second only to Yi Jie originally. The least he can exert is the strength of the constellation level. In that way, the two constellation-level gods would be pulled directly into the Underworld. Qin Hao is full of expectations for how strong he will become in the end. Even, Yue should be more significant than the changes brought about by the head of any ancient god. The head of the ancient god is just a dead thing after all. But Yi Jie is a living existence. Is the immortal power on his body more than the head of the ancient gods? Qin Hao was full of expectations. I have a descendant with the gene of the power of the gods. Egg at the moment only heard this sentence. He is so excited. The descendants of the acquired power of the gods. Then there are many things he can do. As for the things Qin Hao said, he doesn't care at all now. Use the connection between duplication and ontology. Yi Jie directly told ontology the news. On Yi Jie, countless duplications appeared at the moment. Every duplication is a race. They rode in densely packed spaceships. Start soaring in the universe. The other party is a god, and he believed that Qin Hao would not lie to him. Those looters are not reliable either. Not found before. Now, he will go find it himself. As for his body, he had to find his offspring before Qin Hao and the others found the body. Only in that way can he become a real star-level god. Once that time comes, he is not afraid anymore. On the other side, Qin Hao looked at Yi Jie, who was a little overexcited. Did you already tell your main body about this? Has your body started moving in all directions? You want to find your offspring before we find your identity. Then you won't be afraid of us. Quote. Qin Hao directly expressed Yi Jie's thoughts. Egg's duplication at the moment looked serious. Guessed. The other party really guessed it. But so what? Even if you guessed my thoughts, it's useless if you can't find my body. I should really like to thank you for telling me this news. This allows me to be more prepared to go to my offspring. Quote. Egg at the moment, on the contrary, he calmed down. Even if you know my thoughts, what can you do if you can't find me? You underestimate me too much, and underestimate the underworld too. After Qin Hao finished speaking, he looked to the side. Judge Kui, have you located Egg's body? On one side, Judge Kui held the Book of Life and Death and the Pen of Reincarnation. Open at the moment Life and Death book. One name after another constantly flashed. These names are full of strange things. It is the name of various races and civilizations. However, behind every name, have a common suffix. Ego. Those are exactly Egg's duplication. A duplication that just appeared for a moment. When he stopped Yi Jie just now, Qin Hao inserted a token into Yi Jie's body. With this token, Yi Jie directly connected with the underworld. Yi Jie's name appeared directly on the Book of Life and Death. Once it is in the Book of Life and Death, there is no escape. Judge Kui glanced at the Life and Death book. Return to my lord, I have found the location of Yibun. In the Book of Life and Death, many eggs are constantly moving. But there was one egg who seemed to be moving very regularly. That, probably is Yi Jie's body. Impossible, how could you find my body? Egg spoke disbelief, but the voice betrayed him. Whether you find it or not, you will know right away. Let's go to the location of Ego's own planet. Qin Hao gave an order, and a group of gods directly pushed Yi Jie's duplication towards his body. looking closer and closer to the main body. Egg finally knew that the other party was not lying. He began to beg for mercy, begging the other party to let him go. But no matter how much Egg begged for mercy, it was useless. After dozens of jump points, everyone came to where Egg was. Everyone was shocked when they saw Yi Gexing. Really a planet. A planet much, much larger than Asgard. A face is all over Egg. At the moment, when the crowd is here, Yi Gexing's expression was serious. Its eyes glowed white, his mouth was tightly pursed, and there were even wrinkles on his forehead, for the appearance of all the gods. Yi Gexing was also very helpless. Can't we really keep the water in the well and the water in the river? There was a rumbling sound on Egg. The whole planet is vibrating constantly at the moment. On the planet, mountains collapsed and rivers diverted. All this changed with Yi Ji's actions. Even the castle he built collapsed directly. This time, he met his opponent. Qin Hao glanced at the other party. Serta, Lof, you two seal off this void. The duplication sent by Egg will likely return with his offspring. If you intercept the opponent when you return, you must not let him be promoted to a star-level god. Quote. Serta and Lof looked serious when they heard this. Yes, my lord. After the two took orders, they quickly separated to the poles. Serta swung the sword of destruction directly. The endless Gaiwan flames enveloped the void he guarded. Anything goes through here, they must all be burnt clean. These are eternal destruction. On the other side, ice flashed in Lof's hand. A large patch of ice appears to appear out of nowhere. Outside Egg, one side is directly wrapped by ice. Not the same as Serta, though. After Lof made this move, he looked a little tired. After all, he is not yet a god level. After all, he is weaker than Serta. After all, the eternal fire of Silter originally possessed powerful and unique characteristics. He, Lof, can't do it. Look at the flames of Serta opposite. Lof was full of envy. The two directly blocked the entire sky. Egg's duplication either came back and couldn't get in. If you really want to be able to break through, it means surpassing the strength of the two of them. In that case, it was up to Qin Hao and the others to solve it themselves. Yi Gexing's expression became more serious at the moment. Half flame and half ice outside. This is the preparation for really wanting to go to war with myself. You are forcing me. Eggstar opened his mouth wide. Infinite energy gathered in his mouth. Next, it was a devastating blow. Egg, you don't stand a chance. Erotic wire. After Qin Hao finished speaking, a seductive rope that blocked the sky and the sun appeared. The stronger the strength, the more amazing the items that can be transformed. Not only him, but everyone around him, each with a soul seduction rope in their hands. Qin Hao, Ancient One, Hela, Odin, the four judges. A total of 8 soul hooks directly penetrated through Yi Jie star like covering the sky and the sun. The entire Yi Jie star was directly bundled into a rice dumpling. The energy cannon in his mouth was swallowed back. No, Egg's angry and helpless roar sounded. 8 gods. Caller. The leader is the same constellation level as him. The rest are all at the small galaxy level. He is a planet, how can he resist? Out of body. Qin Hao drank lightly in his mouth. In his hand, he lightly pulled the hook. A phantom was directly pulled out of the planet by him. Compared with this huge planet, what was pulled out was just too small. Wait until everyone sees what comes out. Their eyes were full of shock. Brain. What appeared in front of everyone was a phantom brain. The huge brain is at least tens of meters in diameter. Looking at this big guy, everyone couldn't help but think of the Tiantian group they met in the movie. Their bodies of hundreds of meters are worthy of this huge brain. Not even Serta is worthy of this brain. With the brain being pulled out of Igor's star, the entire Yi Jie star died instantly. The white light inside gradually dimmed. The rumbling sound of planetary shock is no longer there. The whole planet even has a feeling of falling apart. However, there were 7 other soul-hunting ropes that locked Ego's body. The planet is also unlikely to fall apart. Besides, Qin Hao couldn't bear to let this planet fall apart. Here, back to the location of hell. Who the hell are you? How did you do it? Egg's brain throbbed constantly at the moment. The white light inside flows constantly. That's his brain electrons transmitting. As I said, we represent the underworld. The next step is to see if your planet can become a layer of hell. Quote. Qin Hao was holding the hook soul sash in his hand. Then it's like pulling a balloon. Led Yi Ji's brain phantom towards Yi Ji's star. He wants to see if Muigexing is suitable for synthesis as hell. What if my planet is not suitable? Egg was a little worried. If it is not suitable, in order not to let the soul be harvested by you at once, I will directly suppress your soul in the underworld. Quote. Ever since Qin Hao saw Yi Jie, he had no intention of letting him go. The soul is what the underworld needs. The present universe has developed over countless years to have so much life. If it is destroyed by one at a time, countless. In that way, the underworld cannot collect so many souls at once. This endless soul finally returned to the kingdom of death where the creator god died. I have been busy for so long. Created 5 levels of hell. The radiation range of hell is constantly expanding. In order to collect more souls. But too many deaths at one time, and the quick death is bitten back. How could this kind of thing happen to him? Your soul is your own. Hearing Qin Hao's words, Yi Jie was also desperate. He still wanted to struggle. But now it seems that there is no chance at all. The moment Qin Hao stepped on Yi's star, the sound of the system sounds. Ding, it is detected that the local area contains powerful soul power, and this place can be transformed into the 6th floor of hell. As soon as Qin Hao stepped on Yi's star, he received a prompt from the system. With a smile on his face, he looked back at Egg's brain, which was hooked by the hook. Fine, it's a nice place to transform into hell. Hearing Qin Hao's words, Hela and others were all overjoyed. Once transformed into hell, everyone's strength may be enhanced. This is the coolest thing. Especially Serta, who is floating in the void of space. He waved the sword of destruction excitedly. If he improves a little bit, he can directly become a god. That was a strength he had never imagined before. Can it really be transformed into hell? Serta shakes the void. Definitely, Qin Hao responded. No, you can't do that. Although it is not very clear what hell is. But Egg is a thinking being. He naturally didn't want to be controlled by others. And, hell, it doesn't sound good at all. Unfortunately, you don't have a choice. Qin Hao turned and looked at Yi Xing. Transform this place into the 6th floor of hell. Ding, I received the order, Eggstar is undergoing transformation. The 6th layer of hell is being established. Building Wangquan Road. Construct the gate of hell. Open up the Wangchuan River. Building the bridge of Nehi. Build the palace of the king of Hades. Build a branch hall for rewarding good deeds. Build a division hall for punishing evil. Egg's brain and soul watched the changes in the world dully. A terrifying phantom of the gate on the planet took shape at the end of the line of sight. Behind the gate, the wide Wangquan Road of Ritu extends out. Kla la la la, huge amounts of water sounds linger on the planet. That is Wangchuan River. Countless changes are taking place throughout the planet. How is this possible? Why are these buildings appearing so quickly? It took me countless years to master the method of building it all. How can you do such a thing so easily? Egg was going crazy. He spent millions of years. Only then did his brain have the ability to control all the substances around him. Afterwards, capturing cosmic dust gradually built this huge planet. However, these gods that appeared. You can do this at will. Don't worry, the transformation is not over yet. Qin Hao took away the hook. Egg was directly restrained and couldn't speak. Ding, Space Gem builds a tunnel to the underworld. The underworld is rearranged. The construction of the 6th layer of hell is complete. It is detected that the souls of this planet are dead in vain. The hell of death in vain already exists, retest. It was detected that the souls of this planet were killed by the same father. Special situation detected, abandon, kill child. This hell is named Stone Pressure Hell. Qin Hao heard the system's judgment clearly. Stone Crushing Hell. If a living person gives birth to a baby, it will be as if the baby was born stupid and disabled, or the baby will be drowned and abandoned. After death, such a person is thrown into the hell of stone pressure. Egg wasn't abandoning babies, but Egg gave up the baby too. Almost all of the baby's development is the other mother's business. From this point of view, Egg just abandoned the baby. And he killed his own children. Abandoned his wife and children, and killed his own children. The most suitable is the stone pressure hell. The system also directly turned this place into a stone-pressed hell. The 6th layer of Hell, the rock-pressed Hell, has been established. Reward 1. The host has the authority to establish the 7th layer of Hell. Reward 2. The strength of the host is improved. Reward 3. Adding the post of jailer to the stone press Hell. It is detected that the strength of the host has reached the peak of the constellation level. The host is evolving. The strength of the host has broken through to the early stage of the star field level. Boom! A violent force emanated from Qin Hao's body. Breaking through the pinnacle of the constellation level. Directly entered the star field level. With a wave of hands, maybe tens of thousands of planets will be destroyed. This is the power of the star field level. Moreover, this is a strength that can be exerted outside the underworld. Once back in the underworld, he can go one step further. The middle stage of the star field. It shouldn't be a problem to destroy tens of thousands of stars with a wave of hands. Breakthrough. Is this a breakthrough? Yi Zhe clearly felt the improvement of Qin Hao's momentum. The god in front of him was originally in the same realm as himself. Become stronger than yourself in the blink of an eye. More importantly, Egg could hardly feel his body anymore. Originally his soul was pulled out, but at least he could still feel his physical presence. As long as he returns to his body, he can still live. But now, he almost couldn't feel it anymore. Because, his body was also pulled into Hell. In Hell, everything is no longer up to him, Egg. Others are also very excited at the moment. Qin Hao's strength is getting stronger and stronger. Their strength will also be stronger. As for Qin Hao, at the moment is obviously not just a breakthrough. Ding! The strength of the host has broken through the barrier. System reward adjustment. Reward 1. The 6 layers of Hell that have been built continue to expand. Reward 2. Increase the number of Yin soldiers and generals in each Hell. Reward 3. Increase the number of ecstasy envoys. Reward 4. The scope of radiation in the underworld is expanded, and the scope of attracting souls is expanded. With the improvement of Qin Hao's strength, the entire 6 Hells is constantly expanding. Egg's brain was shocked to see that his planet was constantly expanding. How is it possible? This is expanding. How is this possible? Originally, it took me countless years to have the current body shape. But now, the entire planet is expanding. Constantly swell. He couldn't imagine how the other party did it. The gods shouldn't have such strength. Could it be that because I only have one brain, I can't do many things? Egg felt like he was going to collapse. His connection with Yi Gexing became weaker and weaker. The place where his original brain was connected occupies the entire planet. But now, the connection capacity of his brain has shrunk countless times. He was shocked, but then something that shocked him even more happened. Ha ha ha, I broke through. God, I am also a god. Serta vibrates the entire void. He growled excitedly. Egg focused his attention upwards in horror. In the void of the universe, that big guy wielding a huge flaming sword. At the moment directly exudes the coercion of the gods. That is the terrifying coercion of the small galaxy level late stage. As soon as the opponent breaks through, it will directly become a small galaxy level late stage. It took me countless years to reach the level. The direct breakthrough of the flame titan in front of him is such a terrifying level. Today, his horror is destined not to stop. Immediately afterwards, he felt a sudden terrifying coercion from his side. 5 shares. The 3 judges, Hela, and Odin from the late stage of the small galaxy level have directly broken through to the peak of the small galaxy level. The 3 judges originally grew up with the underworld. Odin, as a day travel god, is also a core member of the underworld. Although he may be a little lower than the 3 judges. But anyway, he is handsome. Nature can grow. And Hela is connected to Heim Hades. Her ascension surpasses even that of Odin. Egg thought it was over. But it turns out not at all. Beside him, there were 2 terrifying auras coming out again. Celestial Master Zhang Kui and Sorcerer Supreme Ancient One. The strength of these 2 people originally reached the pinnacle of the small galaxy level. This time, it directly broke through to the initial stage of the constellation level. With only one level of hell, the strength of everyone around Qin Hao has stepped up to a small level. Among the group of people, Loth, who had broken through to half a step to the peak of the god level, was even ignored. Those who are less than the god level are now rubbish in Qin Hao's team. Egg at the moment is nothing but shock. This self-proclaimed underworld organization. What is the problem? They did so many things they couldn't do. All of this today seems to be like the beginning of the world. Immediately afterwards, he seemed to feel that the whole world had sunk into another dimension. Everything is blocked. He can no longer feel everything in the universe and starry sky outside. What's going on? What's going on? Why, I can't feel anything. Egg really thought he was going crazy. In a short period of time, I have experienced too many shocks. This kind of shock, only when I first gained consciousness when I saw this universe, I had that kind of violent shock. Ding, the construction of the stone hell is complete, please confirm the warden of the stone hell. The system prompt sounded again. Warden. Qin Hao looked at Yi Zhe. Yi Zhe, you should have seen the strength of our underworld. Now your body and planet have been turned into a layer of hell by me. Are you willing to become the warden of this level of hell next? Qin Hao asked. Warden, what is a warden? What's the good? Egg calmed down slightly. From now on, this level of hell is up to you. Hell is promoted, and your strength follows the promotion. As my strength improves, your strength can follow suit. Just like them. Quote, Qin Hao pointed to Serta in the sky. He's the warden of volcanic hell. He pointed to Lof on the other side. He's the warden of ice hell. As you saw just now, their strength increases as I improve. In fact, if only you'd have been my man earlier. This time, you can also directly become a star-level god through promotion. Unfortunately, you have been resisting. Quote, Qin Hao explained casually. And after Yi Zhe finished listening, the white light in his brain was constantly shining. He was a little excited. Also a little moved. The improvement of strength is the most important thing. Take control of this hell. Now this layer of hell is much bigger than his original planet. Qin Hao's strength has reached the star field level. The range of souls collected by his hell has also directly expanded to the star field level. The life of a star field is placed in 6 layers of hell. One can imagine how huge hell is. The more post-construction hell, the more small. Egg is the smallest egg in hell. Not even Morag, the 5th hell. However, for Yi Zhe, this is already an extremely huge area. Really controlling such a large area, he felt that he could become a star-level god in an instant. As for becoming a member of the underworld, so far no problems have been found. This organization has 9 gods. Adding myself as the top 10 gods. In the entire universe, how many organizations are this powerful? Isn't this stronger than fighting alone? I agree to be the master of this layer of hell. Yi Zhe directly chose to agree. As soon as he finished speaking, the hook that hooked him melted into his brain in an instant. Immediately afterwards, his brain instantly sank to the ground. Soul and body integrated. Ding, the underworld has been bound to the soul of a key person, and the underworld has the priority to collect the soul. The first constellation level celestial god is converted to the Eastern god system, and the system rewards are issued. This soul has a special identity, and the system rewards adjustments. Reward 1. The soul is the body identity of Yij Star, and Yij Star, stone pressure hell, continues to expand. Reward 2. The strength of the host is improved. Reward 3. Increase the number of yin soldiers and generals in each hell. Reward 4. Increase the number of ecstasy envoys. Reward 5. The scope of radiation in the underworld is expanded, and the scope of attracting souls is expanded. Boom. The moment Egg returned to his body, Qin Hao's aura immediately increased. The middle stage of the star field. Yi Ji's mere becoming the prison master directly promoted Qin Hao to a small level. Not only that, the entire Yi Zhe star at the moment began to expand crazily. This time, it was Yi Ji's benefit. As this layer of hell expands again, Yi Ji's aura also boiled instantly. Boom. The initial stage of the star field. Egg directly broke through the point that he has been unable to break through. In the blink of an eye, Yi Zhe became an existence on the same level as Qin Hao. In the middle period of Qin Mo, in the early period of Yi Zhe. However, the gap between him and Qin Hao is doomed to widen. Ding, the first job-changing god, the prison warden of the underworld stone pressure hell, Yi Zhe, broke through the barrier and issued rewards. Reward 1. The strength of the host is improved. Reward 2. Increase the number of yin soldiers and generals in each hell. Quote. Reward 3. Increase the number of ecstasy envoys. Reward 4. Expansion of the underworld territory. Reward 5. The scope of radiation in the underworld is expanded, and the scope of attracting souls is expanded. Reward 6. The first celestial god's career transfer breakthrough, and the strength of all members of the underworld will be upgraded by 1 level. Boom. The momentum of the whole hell is churning. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.